Hello.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Not too much. So I just look at you guys, or do I look at this inexpensive camera y'all have lined up?
Don't worry about it.
Just you guys.
Camera,
That's
you guys.
4K. We have three of them. By the way. No big deal.
We do it. Yeah. See the 3 on it?
That is.
That
I'm
lets you
kind of
know.
wondering why the first 2 aren't set up. I mean, is it we don't need the coverage? We don't need it.
We're low prod quality.
Well, we're here with Danny McBride. Dude, fuck yeah. Thank you.
Fuck yeah, we made it.
Thank you.
Let's drink sparkling water together.
Yes. Why don't we drink alcohol?
Appreciate you guys.
I would like alcohol.
We have some downstairs.
I don't think it will. But.
Well, yeah. Thanks for doing this. We were nervous. I mean, I was definitely.
What were you
too.
nervous about? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, normally we have like comedians on that we're friends with. Gotcha. So this is a little more. We're not the best interviewers. I don't
not
think.
masters.
Usually the podcast is us just talking about like what we whack off to.
That's fine. That's the kind of interviews I'm kind of tuned to be able to excel in. So that's going to work out okay.
Yeah, we figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we're excited about this because we both saw Eastbound and just acted like you for about a decade.
That's perfect. How old were you guys when you saw it? Like 10?
No.
9? So?
I was like 30.
Yeah. I was a loser at home. I was at home. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much Kenny Powers, dude. I'm just at home being a loser, but I'm still the fucking man.
We were in college, right? When
Yeah.
you found it? Yeah, I was in college pretty much. Yeah.
So that was kind of the ripe age for it. I mean, that's who we were making it for.
23. Yeah. It was. I mean, it was a revelation. I saw that. I didn't know you could, this is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
My dad watched it. My dad was like, "That's good stuff."
Yeah, the dads
This is
agreed.
good entertainment.
The dads are like, this is good.
Exactly what I want you and your college friends watching.
Finally, something. You brought me something good, son.
Yeah, I told my dad to watch Alpha Dogs. I thought he'd like it.
Alpha Dogs?
Beginning scene's a fucking MMF.
Bro, you
it's an
told you-
MMF threesome. I told my parents. I forgot that was in it. I'm so jaded to just like porn. I was like, yeah, check out Alpha Dogs. You guys will like it. My mom and dad watch it. She's like, dude, there's an MMF threesome in the very beginning. I was like, dude, I totally
It's also
forgot.
like cool. It's also like super cool white dudes acting like cholos. My dad would hate nothing more.
True.
White dudes with tattoos. You'd be like, what the fuck is this shit?
True.
I haven't
guys?
seen Alpha Dogs. What is Alpha Dogs?
Justin Timberlake plays a cholo.
Oh, the movie Alpha
drug
Dogs.
deal. Yeah,
Yes.
the movie,
I was
the
thinking
movie.
like, oh, is this some like Netflix show I haven't heard of that's in its 6th season?
No,
like
this was years ago. This
Yeah,
was years
it's the
ago.
movie. Yeah, Alpha Dogs, of course, dude.
Alpha Dogs
Yeah.
ruled, but my dad would not like
The
it.
beginning was tough. That was that's a tough pitch in the beginning.
Yeah, who's having the
MMF
threesome?
threesome. It's 2 dudes and a girl. 2 alpha. That's
Two alpha
clearly
dogs.
one of them had to die.
Yeah,
Because 2 alphas can't share a woman like that.
of course.
I took my mom and my sister to go see The Wolf of Wall Street on Christmas Day when it came out, and it's like
Took
that opening.
coke
It's
out
like
of an asshole.
dude, coke out of the asshole. And then I'm sitting there just thinking like, fuck. I brought my mom to this, and then I hear my mom like lean over to my sister, and she says, "Leonardo DiCaprio is so good looking," and I'm like, "That's what she took out of the scene." Like she wasn't,
was like, "This
she
is a
wasn't
hot
disgusted by it. I was
scene."
kinda like, "She's in. We can watch all 3 hours of this. This is gonna be great."
Yeah, my brother told my parents to watch Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. And that's all about like
this is
killing your
doggy style
parents
and
and
that.
like doing heroin.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
There's
was
nothing
not
worse,
nice.
dude. I'll still watch a movie with my parents. If there's a sex scene, I leave the room. Well, me or my dad will leave the room. Someone will be like,
I take a knee. I take a knee the whole time.
yeah. But then whoever's left, if my dad leaves, then I'm just stuck with my mom.
That's no good.
Or if I leave, then my parents are just watching porn together.
Best
Why
case
not?
scenario.
Why not?
That's
Why
best
I gotta
case
leave
scenario.
with my dad. Then it looks like we're both jerking off.
I don't
Jarred
say
one
anything.
loose.
I just lay on the floor. I just get up and lay on the floor.
Dear feet. Can we order pizza?
Well, dude, your headquarters is pretty tight.
This is where it all happens, dude. This is
Yeah.
all the magic right here at this fucking table.
Really?
Every bit of it, sure. Yeah.
That's where you pitch everything.
People play Magic the Gathering around this fucking thing. You know, it's perfect. Yeah.
Did you ever play Magic the Gathering?
I didn't. I think it hit like right as I was too old to be doing shit like that.
I was like young and I saw the kids that played it. They were all dorks.
Yeah.
But I always loved looking at the cards.
I always thought
I
like
didn't know how to play it.
I just liked collecting shit when I was a kid. So I was
Yeah.
like, God, there's all these things you can collect and now do stuff with it. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. I'm Pokemon all of it. My son's like massively into Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I don't think he even plays it. I think they just like collect the cards. I don't think he even knows how to play it. I've tried to ask him, like, what do you do with these things? Like, I thought it was like a blood sport where like you compete against each other and like if you beat someone, you get to keep their shit.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we don't play like that.
Gentleman's game.
Yeah. It's like, what do y'all do? You just look at the cards together? What the fuck is
Pokemon. I was too old when Pokemon hit and I got into it secretly.
So did I.
I quietly got into it.
I used my little brother to get into it. Like I kind of like, it was like a
that's
proxy thing. Yeah, I let him watch and I'd watch with him. Like I'll check it out. I knew
friend-
every single one of them. It was there was 152 I think back when. And then they set up the Johto leagues and all that shit. And it was like
Wait, what?
the original Pokemon are 152.
What's the second thing you named?
Johto. Then they said the Johto leagues. Now there's
Johto leagues?
The Johto leagues.
I didn't know you were a
expanded to
Pokemon expert.
Dude, I used to watch the game. I watched the show after school in high school. And then I would eat like 40
high school?
megabytes. Yeah, dude. I'm a couple years of senior, so I would watch I'd watch it with my brother, and then I would go play Game Boy and take a shit and play Pokemon on Game Boy.
It's great. It's
I knew
what
all
Game
of
Boy is made for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
My friend let me borrow his Game Boy Color. It was nice, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Played Pokemon. Had to hide it from my parents.
Because it's devil.
If my dad knew I was playing Pokemon, he'd be like, what the football's coming up, dude.
So how many Pokemons are there right now?
I have no
I think there's
clue,
like
dude.
2,000.
I mean, apparently binders full if you like go by my son's like collection.
That's the hard hitting questions we're talking about.
How many Pokemons are there?
Miss McBride, how many fucking Pokemons even are there?
Well, I think there's a shitload of Pokemons these days.
Yes.
Yeah, we had Pogs. Pogs, that was cutthroat.
Yeah.
You take what you got. If you played Pogs with
And what
someone.
were I never did them either, but they were once again they were like little.
You had a slammer?
Slammers
Then
or
you,
something,
but
right?
again, the
Yeah,
that was like, Pogs was like, I feel like kids just made up the rule. Whoever was the bully of the group just
Yeah.
made the rules
Just
up.
took
We're
them.
like, I get that Pug.
Yeah, they were cardboard circles, and then you would just like pay $40 for them.
Yeah.
And then I used to play with my cousin. When we would play, I would play someone. My cousin would go behind them and just start gouging their shoebox of Pogs and just stealing them.
And that was it.
Yeah, we'd play. We had a nice little thing going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever play any cool games?
I missed it all, man. I mean, I like, when I was a kid, it was like the birth of video games. So that was like, that's what we were rocking.
Yeah.
We weren't trying to like do shit in front of each other.
Tiddlywinks.
We ain't playing tiddlywinks. My friends were hardcore. We play Super Mario Brothers. We beat Zelda.
So what else is going on?
Damn it! I knew this was gonna happen. Dude.
No, we got good
Flew
questions.
down here and shit the bed, dude.
No, we didn't, dude. I have
shit
good
on
que- I
fucking
have good
slide. I was
questions.
taking a piss, by the way, dude.
You were not.
was a fucking
You were marking your territory.
Crap introduction, dude. Walked out of the bathroom. He's like, "What, you taking a shit?" I was like, "Fuck." I actually walked out, walked back. I saw you. I was like, "Oh, I gotta dry my hands more."
It's the worst because like this is sort of like we have a pretty small writer's room for the shows that we're on, but this is where we write, and
Oh,
that's
you
the
don't.
bathroom right there. So like anytime anybody goes in there, you got to be a fucking silent assassin, or else you're made fun of for the entire day. If that shit makes one noise coming out, everybody in this room is making that noise for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's tough. Living with Chris and Tommy, our bathroom. I play video games all day, obviously, and the bathroom was right next to it. He drinks a lot, so his shits, and he's an old man. He shits like a loud old man. And I'd be like, "Yo, shut up!"
The fuck? Yeah, having someone hearing you shit. That was the worst night of my life when we came back from that show and it was like 2 a.m. I just took a shit in his apartment. It was him and his girlfriend. It was like she was trying to get in the bathroom. So I was in there shitting. I felt so bad that like for your girlfriend that like they're just an old man shitting in her bathroom at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And like it took me a while. I've passed the point now where it's like I'm going to finish everyone I take. I'm not getting up early.
Dude, she came
so
in.
I sat there for like 35 minutes.
She came in the bedroom and was like, "I think someone's in the bathroom." I was like,
could hear.
Yes,
I
dude.
could hear.
I started fucking. Who's in there? What are you doing in there?
I could hear you guys talking.
You stink, dude. he's got like diet stuff.
Oh,
So
do
he
you?
eats,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Stuff that makes your shit smell bad?
Yeah, I have all kinds of weird food things, so I can't eat gluten
He can hit
stuff.
a
So I
mean
take like
dump in a
Yeah,
New
because
York.
gluten's what makes people's shit smell delicious, right? That's what that is.
I take like Mesoamerican dumps. Dude. I dump like a Babylonian, dude. It's fucking so
Yeah.
gross.
That's why they build pyramids.
I'm eating
dude.
like teff flour.
They just store all that fucking Indian dump, dude.
So let's get down to brass tacks.
Let's do it.
We've covered Pokemon. We've covered shits. What else we got today?
That's about it. That's about as far as we get.
Do you like movies? I watched an interview. I watched the whatchamacallit, Mark Maron interview. And what I came prepared with is was that a joke that you wrote, the Draven?
No,
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Can we get into the Draven?
Let's make it right now.
What's the Draven? What's the Draven about? Half man, half
man. He was half man, half dragon. Yeah, exactly.
Why is it Draven?
And he would hunt dragons, and that's the deal. And it wasn't comedic. It was like a hardcore fucking fantasy action movie.
That's what made me laugh so hard. What half? Like, was he dragon head, man's body?
No. He looked just like a good looking dude with just like fucking kind of translucent skin and muscles. You know, it's like,
it just got glossed over. I was like, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard. The Draven. What is the root of the word?
Why is it Draven?
Yeah,
me and the guy who wrote it, Ben Best, who's no longer with us. It was right when we first moved out to Los Angeles. We were just trying to like write as much stuff as we could, and we had no sense of what our voice was going to be or what we were going to try to get into. And again, there was a few nights where we worked pretty hardcore on a fantasy movie called The Draven. But you know what? The script was fucking good, dude.
I'm telling you, it sounds fucking sick, dude.
I don't want to spoil it, but what happens to the Draven, dude?
Well, you know what? It has a pretty dark ending, which is what I liked about it, which is that this is so ridiculous to get into this, but I'm going to pitch the whole fucking thing.
Please.
Yeah.
It starts where there's like this kingdom and this dragon fucking rolls in while they're having some celebration, kills all these people, and then leaves the prince for dead.
Oh.
The prince starts to transform into a fucking Draven, okay? So he's sort of like...
Keep saying Draven. What's a Draven?
It's like everyone should know. It's like a Dracula, you know? It's like whether it's a dragon, it's a Draven. So he starts
like a raven dragon.
He starts to be kind of like shunned from the people in his kingdom because
like
he's
scales.
like becoming this fucking creature.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there is a man who has been a Draven for quite some time who comes in and fucking takes the prince under his wing, and they're gonna go hunt the dragon that fucked him up, and it's like killing all the villagers, and they're gonna go kill the dragon.
Sounds awesome.
And so the man is like teaching this young dude how to like use his Draven skills. Now the twist comes in this. You get the backstory of the guy who was the original Draven, and you get that he used to travel with another partner, and that partner is dead. And what you find is that Dravens always sort of like travel in twos, and that's the whole movie is about that. You're like, oh, they're traveling in twos, and then you don't find out till the very end why they travel in twos. When it's time to kill the dragon, the only thing that can kill it is a blade with the blood of another Draven.
Fuck.
So they have to fucking fight each other at the end, and whoever dies, their fucking heart coats the blade. That's what kills the dragon.
Fuck.
That's
How
it,
did you
guys.
How did you not make this?
That's it.
So the budget is $250 million.
What was awesome too is the movie was written where it was like the young guy, you're thinking it's his movie.
Yeah.
And it's not. The old guy fucking kills him easily and then kills the dragon and then goes off to be by himself again. It's a dark story, man.
Yeah.
It's very dark dragon material.
That's good.
Damn, dude.
Finally, a Dark Dragon movie.
Dude, how was that not? Did you ever pitch it? Like,
We wrote it. We like wrote the whole script. At one point, I was like, maybe I should try
How
to
many
turn this into a
pages was
comic
this?
book. It was like a fucking 120 pages. It was thick, dude.
damn. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Well, it's always impressive when someone does comedy and then you hear they're doing like, as you were saying, you're doing like, you had a time, didn't you have like a timepiece too, like a history piece?
We did. Like everything we were writing was basically not comedy. We wrote one thing together called Most Scariest that was about like a frat house that's haunted. It was just a bunch of frat guys like scared the whole movie. And yeah, that was the only comedic thing we had kind of worked on.
That's pretty sick.
And in that movie never got made. So
Yeah.
that wasn't even worth our time. Yeah. So what else? Pokemon.
We
yeah,
did.
Pokemon's.
Dravens.
Yeah, we did a King's sketch, and we were like, we should make this a show. And then we were like, yeah, they already did that They did
Yeah,
a
the
movie
medieval.
about this already. We just made that movie.
Yeah, perfect.
We were like, we filmed
Let's
it.
watch it.
We were like, great. And then we got done and it was like, oh, that's that.
Yeah, it's already. There needs to be more medieval comedy thoe. That's
I
the
want a Civil
funniest
War
period.
comedy.
Yeah, there's not a lot
mine.
of Civil War
I
comedies.
need a
are there?
good Civil War comedy, dude. I don't have the end of it, but two guys get drafted. They're like horse thieves. They're idiots. And then they get drafted or they get arrested. And like you can either join the union or you go to jail. So then they have to join the union. They're the only dudes that are like normal dudes. Everyone else is like an old Civil War movie. Like, come on, men, forward. Like, what the fuck is this guy
I don't
talking
know what's
about?
happening.
Yeah, just with some gratuitous violence.
That's not bad. Like in
Two normal dudes.
Asheville, North Carolina. Have you all ever been there before?
No.
It's a pretty awesome town, but they have all these like hot springs and stuff around there. And that, you know, during the Civil War, they would send soldiers who were injured there to like just chill and
Nice.
recuperate. And I was like, you've never seen a Civil War movie
is spa.
just about dudes that are just like fucking chilling in hot springs while all the fighting's going on the front line, you know? I was like, that's the end. That's the Civil War movie.
That'd be tough to get out of that. That'd be tough to get out of that hot tub.
Yeah, man.
It's like back to the Civil War.
Yeah, didn't most people never really get a hot bath?
No.
Why would they? Yeah, it's almost like they wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they did that. They would like just heat up,
Yeah, I guess
just put
so.
fire under a fucking copper bin.
I was listening to Shannon Sharp's podcast. He didn't take a hot shower till he was 22.
He's fibbing,
Dude, he said he didn't take a hot shower till he was
Shannon's
22. You're saying Uncle Shay Shay's fibbing about the hot
JJ's
shower?
fibbing, dude.
He said he didn't take a hot bath. He said he didn't go to the bathroom indoors till he was 22.
That's pretty cool.
A young Shannon Sharp was just dump. You could have caught Shannon Sharp in the woods,
He
dude.
would have been dumping in the woods in like the 80s.
Yeah, dude. He's down from like the
No.
rural South.
I think it was Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Or was he out? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess he was in the outhouse.
And that was by choice or because
It was by choice.
He, had to.
Sounds like choice.
He just like the way the air hit the tank. You know?
He's like, how old is Shannon Sharp, dude? That must have been the 80s. He was shitting out in the
think it
woods.
was.
He's from fucking Chicago.
He claims he didn't take a shit inside till he was 22.
He might have been born in Chicago.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think he was definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
where'd
he's
he-
from the South.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he grew up in Georgia.
Yeah.
Born in Chicago. He is.
This is what it's
He
about.
is-
52,
This is
probably.
it.
We're just Googling.
He's 54 years old.
54.
54 years. Of age.
54. He definitely.
He
they had
claimed take it up with him.
They had turlets, dude. He's turlet line.
So you're from down the South way, right?
I am. I grew up in Virginia and then went to college in North Carolina, then lived in LA for almost 20 years and then moved here, I guess
Yeah.
around 2017.
Sick.
And I've been here ever since.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of want to be more. We were in like the historic hotels around over there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be such a gentleman, dude. And as soon as I walked into the building,
Oh, yeah.
like, good day, ma'am.
Oh yeah, it's kind
Kind
of
of
hard
like
to miss it.
pulls you.
Yeah, Walton Goggins and I, when he was here for vice principals, we were in a restaurant. And he was wearing like a fucking hat, and an old man was like, "How dare you
I actually.
take it off?"
Dude, I thought of that.
And we were like, "What's he talking about?" He's like, "Take your hat off." And then I just started laughing, just like, "Yeah, you rude motherfucker, take your hat off." What's wrong with you?
I went to.
Excuse us, by the way.
I was wearing this hat when we were. For real. Went into that restaurant. I was like, fuck. Wearing a hat. I went to school in North Carolina. I went to college and
What school did you
I
go
went to Elon.
Oh, I know Ilana
Yeah.
in what, Burlington? Or
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
used to take the Lighthouse. I used to take road trips over there
Yeah.
at Elon. Yeah, we went to we were in school in Winston Salem, so not too
Oh,
far
nice.
away.
Yeah. I sneezed in the cafeteria. And this old Southern black janitor came over and was like, disgusting. It's like, you get up from the table to sneeze. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? He was in like an airbrush tall tee. I was like, what are you talking about?
I know. The older I get, though, I kind of do.
Maybe
like,
that was the
I like the
season,
rules. I
Fucking
kind of
right.
I like that, that people are like. I think it's. I mean, I do find it kind of funny, but I like it. I'm like. I like acting with my son that like this is how it's always been. Like, you know, you always say sir to me. That's how it always has been. You know, Dad, we lived in California. We didn't have to do that. Well, we don't live in California
fucking
anymore.
Southern now.
You're gonna fucking do what I tell you here.
So he spent a good portion of his life out in California.
6. He was 6 when we moved here, so not too old. I got out of California before he made real friends. That was like my goal. I'm
That's
like,
a
we
good
gotta,
move. Yeah.
I moved around a lot when I was a kid. And I'm like, we gotta like get if we want to move, we gotta do it before they like get
Yeah.
invested here, or
Yeah.
else we'll be here for
Pokemon
the
binder
long haul.
got too big in LA. You'd have to be like, all right, he's too invested.
These kids will take your cards if we stay out here. They're gonna have more resources than we're gonna have.
Did you ever threaten to, like, when they were younger, to throw their stuff away? That's my only threat I have against
all
my
the
kids.
time.
I'm just like, if you don't do
When
this,
they're
I'm gonna
younger,
throw your stuff all in the trash.
I'll do it now. I'll do it. I'll take a Kindle and put it on top of the trash gently and be like, it's done. Don't ask for it
Throwing
again.
away books.
Yeah, dude. That's the only thing to listen to. You take their stuff and you're like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Kindle
throw
is
this-
like, all right, good. Keep reading.
Yeah, well, no, they're using it as a fucking
games and
iPad.
shit?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I like my move is like I just will like change my tone real fast and start counting, and then they're just like don't even know what's at stake. They just start flipping out.
There's a
That's
bomb.
enough. 1, 2, and then everyone's just kind of like, "Oh, is the game begun? What the fuck are we got to do right now?"
It's the only thing to hear.
Countdown as a kid is terrifying.
Oh, it's-
You're like, what's at the end of this? What do I need to do to stop the clock? There's a lot going on, dude.
Yeah, the lights go off in the classroom. That
Yeah.
always got me kind of like, oh shit,
Something's about to
this
happen
lady's
here.
not fucking around.
What else is up? So what else is going on, dudes?
Not much, man. Dude, I don't know. I just been digging the South, man. I really might want to come down here and study the ways, dude.
So you were in school in North Kakalaki, huh?
Yeah.
And then you any experience in the South?
No, I was always up in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. That's where my mom is from. From
Really?
Philly. Yeah.
Sweet.
She grew up in Bucks County.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Rural area.
The rural area. Yep.
It's pretty sick. How'd you end up down here?
Let's see. We ended up when I was a kid. My parents all went to school in Georgia. That's where my parents met. And then my dad was a guard in a prison in Lompoc, California. We lived on the prison reservation when I was really young.
So you met your mom?
Yeah, in prison. Yeah. She was serving time in a men's penitentiary. And we lived out there, and then he got transferred to D.C. for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. So that was when I was maybe in first or second grade. So we moved to Virginia then, and then just lived there for the rest of my formative years.
Nice.
My uncle was a warden, and he talks like an old black dude from the 80s.
He just knows
Because
what's
he's
up.
just always around those dudes growing up. So he's like, what's up, Holmes? You're like, dude, that's...
Still using the
Yeah,
vernacular.
he listens to
That's
Ghetto Boys. He's 70. He was in Vietnam. He came home and became a prison warden. He's out of his mind. Yeah.
I don't remember much about it, but we lived on the prison that's there in Lompoc. There's a neighborhood that's right there, kind of behind the prison. That's where all the people who work in the prison, that's where they live.
Damn.
So it was all and all I remember is one night. I mean, I was pretty young when he was doing that, but I remember one night sirens going off. Me and my sister having to go into my
That's a
mom's
countdown,
room.
dude.
Yeah, that's a
That's
countdown.
a real
for real.
countdown.
And then my dad getting the shotgun, and then I peeked out the window, and he's going outside, getting into a truck full of a bunch of other of my buddies' dads. There was a jailbreak, and they were gonna go find the dude.
We got to leave the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave the
them
women and
alone.
children. The closest buildings. Leave the kids.
They won't want them. They'll want freedom.
True. It's got to be
Wait,
nice.
who got out? The rapist? Fuck.
Everybody back to your houses.
It's got to feel good clocking out of a prison every day, doubly good to get on Friday at a
Oh,
prison.
God,
You're
I'm
counting
sure
down the
it
clock,
feels
and you're
like-
later, dude.
Just looking
I'm
at
out.
the guys. Just looking at the guys. Be like, this is a long day.
What are you up to this weekend? Nothing. Got it. See you on Monday.
I would leave work every day like it was my last day in. I'd go out in a white T-shirt and jeans and be like, man, it's nice. Have
Dress
someone
down
have
day.
a girl pick me up.
Yeah.
Then you commit a crime, and then your ass is in
True.
there with them on Monday. Yeah.
Damn.
We were just laughing. This isn't the funniest story, but me and Blizz were laughing about this dude in prison. He got well, this is not a funny story. He got beat to death. And
Starting out
he got
strong.
beat to death but he got peanut butter jammed up his ass.
What?
And
Just for humiliation, or
I'm not sure if it was lube or humiliation, but either way, I've been laughing
Lube.
very hard about.
True, I
Might
guess.
feel
That
nice.
was
Here's
someone's
some creamy
child.
peanut butter.
Yeah, true.
I know it's a
someone
ter- it's-
invested,
no, but just
invested
the-
in that
how
human being.
horrible that death is, and then at the end, be like, "Get the peanut butter." Just shoving it
just-
up a guy's ass. Just
Yeah, but
packing
they
it
just
in
tried
there.
to make a sandwich out of him once he was done. That's
Right
terrible.
At the end, dude.
Maybe it was the natural peanut butter with the oil on top.
Hopefully,
You know what I mean? Because it cements your
It
mouth.
wouldn't
in
be the
place.
best lube.
no.
Peanut
Maybe it
oil.
would. I think people fuck jars of peanut butter all the time.
Crunchy would kind of maybe give a rib
Country would be
simulation.
a negative experience.
I feel like a mouth kind of
A mouth with a bunch of broken teeth.
perfect, dude. Perfect.
Yeah, but just beating the hell out of somebody and being like, get the fucking peanut butter, dude.
It's a gross move.
It's a real mean,
Yeah, it's not nice.
sad way
It's
to
not how I
go.
would go if I was going to kill someone.
It's not what I personally would do.
More
Yeah.
honorable.
Damn. He's like, where's the fluffing? You know the fluff?
Break the fucking fluff,
Break
dude.
the fucking fluff
We
out,
got
dude.
another butter,
About
dude.
to party, dude. About to stuff this pig, dude.
And then I was like, it'd be funny if it was a white dude. It's like, get the peanut butter. So the impression was like, man, get the motherfucker. Yeah.
Maybe the white dudes would be like, get the almond butter.
It's time to break out the almonds.
Get the gluten-free bread. We're making a sandwich of this fool.
It always did strike me as funny that white guys become white supremacists in prison.
Yeah.
You think they'd become like activists? You know?
I'd be.
Not the best strategy, dude, to be like, yo,
Yeah.
where are we at?
I actually hate
Read
everybody
me
in
the numbers.
here.
Be like, all right, we're Nazis. It's like,
Huh, that's all we can pick from? Okay.
Activist is definitely the route.
yeah, I'd be like, I'm a social worker, dude. I'm a social worker.
I think I would just bite someone's face off and just be put into a thin area by myself. I would just go crazy, I think.
Yeah, I would. But then you're with like pedophiles. But then you could just bite them too.
Yeah.
I would right away go to protective custody.
Did you ever see that movie what was it, in the 80s, that Innocent Man, that Tom Selleck movie?
No.
Where there was like a little spat there of these movies where like regular guys get locked up
Yeah.
in prison and then they have to fucking like go and, you know,
Like shot caller. Do you see
everybody
that
knows. Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
knows the
he
rules
becomes
too.
a
It's
head
like there's
Nazi.
somebody who like starts pushing you around, and then you got to fucking shiv them, and then everyone respects you after that. And yeah,
Yeah, those probably didn't help.
no,
Regular dudes went to jail like, all right, I got to stab a guy day one.
yeah, exactly.
Somebody comes over like, hey,
whoa,
is somebody
whoa.
sitting here? You're not going to bully me, you motherfucker.
Did you ever hear the story about Shaner at our one friend went to a weekend like drunk tank and he had to do weekends for like his third DUI. He went in his first day, the weekend like drunk like DUI thing. He sat down next to this like old like just like gravelly voiced white guy with a ponytail and like face tattoos. And like they're sitting down just silently eating next to each other, and a black dude comes to sit down. The old white guy's like, "No blacks at the table." And the black
my
guy
God.
looked at our friend and was like, "For real?" And he was like,
Got drunk at an open mic.
"So sorry, no, I'm not like that."
He looks the part though. I know. Shay, our boy looks like a white supremacist for sure.
He's not.
Dudes dumping in drunk tanks is funny. Dude's taking a dump
Yeah,
in the
because
holding.
it's just in front of everyone,
Just a
right?
steel, yeah,
Just
just
right
a toilet.
That's gotta
There's
be exhilarating, though, the
15
first
dudes
time.
sitting around like, come on, dude.
In my high school, when the high school I went to, there was no stall doors.
Yeah.
What?
Because they didn't
We
want
had that.
kids smoking in there, and you're like, you just held that shit. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way that you would be stuck,
Nah.
caught sitting in there taking a dump, and someone just like comes in, and you're just
Yeah. Ours was mirror level without the doors, so we would shit together.
You just
And we
look
would
at
all
them,
look at
have
each other and
conversations.
talk. Yeah.
yeah.
You can also detect smoking
kinda
without
nice.
a door, like with or without the door.
Felt like an overreach to me. I mean, it's like there's two sets of tennis shoes under there. Somebody's fucking around. You know, it's like
It's also clouds of smoke billowing out of the top of the thing.
Yeah, it resulted in our buddy, my friend, he would just come up with a new way to shit every day, like a funny way to shit.
Just
and
his
then we would all
pants.
go watch him. His pants. No, he would lay across the top, shit. He would hold himself up. It's
It is-
incredible.
the doors off of the bathroom on further review does kind of seem like it probably was just some pedophile's idea.
Yeah.
This is
do,
the
yeah.
only way to stop smoking. If we take
I'm going to
all
inspect
the
these
doors
kids.
off of the men's bathroom.
You're just checking little boys' penises for nicotine stains.
Yeah, this is a pedophile at a parent teachers at PTA meeting.
I got
just
this
like,
under control.
I have a plan, and I'll inspect. I'll come
I'll be in there every single day,
Dude, we had
making sure.
I went to an all boys Catholic high school, and we had a gym teacher who would come through the bathroom or like the locker room to make sure we all showered after gym class. And he would it would be like naked dudes, and he'd come and be like, "You shower yet? You shower?" And like kids would just be
Yeah.
butt naked in front of him.
I
never
I
showered.
remember being nervous about that, like going to middle school and them saying like, "Oh, you're gonna have to shower after gym," you know, and just kind of like I was so stressed about that. Like, really, what?
Yeah.
And then that never happened. You never had to shower.
no-
It was too. There wasn't enough time in the day. Like,
there
you
was
couldn't-
never time.
You couldn't finish gym class. Fucking take a
Yeah.
shower, dry off, get dressed again. These motherfuckers
You'd
can't
be
tie their
sweaty.
shoes in between classes. You know.
You'd be sweaty and wet.
he would come and inspect. He'd be like, you didn't shower, get in there, you didn't shower. And then he would, if they did announcements, he'd be like, you got to freeze. So when he'd come back, so he'd be like, if you were moving while they did announcements, to give you detention. So he came back the one time, and I just pulled my pants down so my ass was out. It just froze. And he came back, he's like, that's all real funny, real funny. I was like, dude, you caught me in the middle of taking my pants down, dude, my bad. You imagine that now, just showing a gym teacher your ass and him just being like, you little jerk.
No, it's crazy.
Although showing a gym teacher your ass now would be pretty funny.
It's so funny. Yeah, I used to fight this guy every day. He gave me lots of detentions. So I beat him in sumo wrestling. He was demoing sumo wrestling. He was a guy, he had like a claw hand. He had like a fucked up hand. And I beat his ass in sumo wrestling. He
Damn,
hated
you
it.
think he'd be stronger with that?
He was pretty strong, but I was gunning for him.
That's good. You
You
took him
fucked him
down.
up.
You showed him what's
And
up.
then you showed him your ass. You were disrespectful.
Showed him my ass.
You were just fucking clowning him every day. Just like waving it around
we did
his
the presidential fitness challenge.
Nice
I went
hand.
for,
face. I remember that. I
Pedophile.
never passed the president's physical fitness challenge once.
dude, I used to go.
Pull-ups got me every fucking time. I
They're
couldn't do
impossible.
them.
Shit.
They're impossible. I would go
Fucking
for as
fifth
low
grade,
as
dude.
possible.
They're like, run a mile in 6 minutes and do 10 pull-ups. It's like,
Like,
I'm going to walk.
I try to get the lowest score humanly possible. So
That's
I was
a
like
good move.
slow walking. He's like, oh no, you're not doing this right. And I was like, dude, it's as fast as I can go. Stop
Yeah.
pressuring me. I slow walked it as slow as possible. 0 push-ups, 0 pull-ups.
Yeah. True. That's it. Like they always hit us with that. Like think about going back in the day when the presidential fitness test mattered.
Yeah.
Like we got to worry about the fucking war. We need our
True.
young
You
ones
need to
fucking
you
jacked.
guys can't be fat. Y'all need
Run.
to be cool. Run.
Yeah.
And that back then they whoop your ass. The pedophile gym
Is that
teacher
still
would
around
fuck
as
you up.
president's physical
There's
fitness
no
test?
way
No
they're
way.
doing it.
No
There's
way.
no way
Donald
they're
Trump
doing it.
fitness test.
I'm pretty sure.
The Joe Biden cognizant test.
I think a gym class is just kids playing like wheelchair basketball.
We had to wait for rain days to play that.
Nowadays it's fucking shirts versus trans or some bullshit.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait till my kids are in high school, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I could wait, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, my
looking
son is done with elementary school this year. This is the end of this is now we're getting ready to get into the real
Now he's into
stuff.
the dickhead
Damn.
years.
Yeah, this is where it's already started.
It's just high level problem solving now.
Yeah,
This is kind
yeah.
of like 4D stuff.
Yeah, and it's all like every one of his little buddies that run around, like they all have phones. Like every one of them,
man.
they're running around with phones. They hang out and they're they're like talking to girls and stuff. But you're still just like, my son doesn't have a phone. I haven't given him one yet
Good
because
move.
I'm just like
Yeah.
I'll never get him back once I do.
No.
So we wanted to keep track of him though. See, as opposed to LA, my kid can like leave the house and like go do shit here. And so we need to find a way where we can still keep track of him. So we made him get an Apple Watch and he like hates it. I think it's like the nerdiest shit to his friends. And then every time we call, everyone around him can hear like, Declan, where are you? You know, and he's like, fuck. Like, I'm trying to soil him on technology and be scarred by it so he doesn't
tough.
want
He has
it.
an Apple
That's
Watch,
tough.
no phone.
No phone, just an Apple Watch. Like you can do everything you can do on a phone on that Apple Watch, Declan. You know, and he's like, yeah, except talk to my parents in private. You know,
He's like a tracked hawk, dude. You just ringed his fucking arm.
it really is. Yep.
But you got to do it though, because otherwise you give him access to. If I had unfettered access to the internet as a young
Dude,
kid, I would have never.
Can
came
you
back.
imagine?
I got it at 21, and if like when I was in college, and it messed me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've like lied to my kids. I said that there's like an app for parents that I can access whenever, and I can see what they're doing in school. I can like see what they're saying to their friends. Like they really believe that I have access to this thing that like lets me like I'm God. I can look at anything that they've done.
Fuck me up, dude. That would fuck me up because I'd still be like, no way he can. I'm watching porn, dude. There's no way. And they'd be like, fuck, he saw it. He knows. He definitely saw
Yeah,
it.
I'd be like, what are the guys that cover their heads with a napkin when they eat that pigeon dish? I'd be like fingering a lady. Fucking, God have mercy on my soul.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that's it's basically being a Catholic.
Yeah, true.
Like,
That's
God
awesome.
somebody's
sees
always
everything
watching
I'm
you.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, when you're a little kid, that gets to you.
it really
Like,
does.
he saw me fucking whack off with shampoo. Yeah. God watched me jerk off for an hour.
he doesn't like me. He's embarrassed of me.
I think I got grazed
God's
early.
furious. Meanwhile, there's just genocides going on. Fuck, God's pissed at me.
Yeah, I jerked off on Easter one time, and I was just like, "There's no."
You jerked
coming
off
back.
on Easter?
Yeah, dude. And I told myself I wouldn't. That was the thing. I was like, dude, I think I got out of a pickle.
I think you get into that. You might like
You think
that.
I like the shame?
You set parameters. You're like, I'm not jerking off this day, and then
dude,
like, oh my
don't
god,
Like an
You're
alcoholic.
You're
Like,
like,
I'm
I'm
not
so
gonna,
bad.
I don't need booze to get through this event.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm so bad right now.
Don't expose my kink, dude.
That's a king for real. You were doing it when you were young too. You're trying to avoid it on Easter. He just gave up porn for almost a year.
thinking about that too, just like, tomorrow's Easter. Fuck, I'm gonna have to jack off. I bet. I really hope I don't have to jack off at Easter.
Dude, Easter Mass? Going over from Easter Mass?
I really hope I don't have to jack off on Easter.
Dude, the pastel dresses were out. There was like baby blue
Pastel dresses
dresses.
are so nice, dude.
Sea green. I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. It's beautiful women.
I was seeing,
The pastels did it.
dude,
It
I was like
unleashed
discovering
something in
new
you.
colors, being like, God, I never saw that color before.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I need to come in my hand.
Damn, I'm going to go to heaven. God's like, you used me to come this whole time? That's fucked up, dude. Not there for you to.
It was wild. Yeah, I gave up whacking off for Lent once.
Did you really?
I will admit there was something to that.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
Dude, I just have to. This is so crazy.
Pilgrim's journey, dude.
It is. There is something sexual about being like, I'm breaking a deal right now.
And like, would you tell your folks like what you gave up for Lent or no? Would you keep it yourself? Guys, big changes here. Not going to jack off for Lent. Everyone's proud of you.
It's my boy. It's my son.
That's my son.
Yeah, we didn't talk about
Son's giving up.
sex.
He's at the bar. You're not going to believe this. My son gave up jacking off.
I've never been
Damn,
more
Phil,
proud.
you're raising him right.
Yeah, true. We never talked about it at all. No sex talk in my house.
Sex? Fuck no.
No
Yeah,
sex
me either.
talk.
Like, I mean, even when you would see on sitcoms that people were getting the birds and the bees speech,
Fuck no.
I to this day don't know what the fucking birds and the bees speech is. I have no clue what that speech is.
Can you imagine
I never got it.
your parents giving you that?
My
How
mom
fucking
tried.
uncomfortable that
my
would
mom
be?
tried in front of my dad. And he goes, Jesus Christ, Mayor, stop.
Yeah.
He's like, just don't get a girl pregnant.
Yeah, that's it.
You're like,
Yeah,
how?
that's
What?
Yeah. He's like, just don't.
Fine, I won't pee in any girls' mouths.
I've got it all figured out.
You're 38. I'm not going to piss in her ear.
Yeah, that's a tough one now. Now it's like you have to like prepare your kid for internet porn. You have to be like, look, you can't fully get into it. You have to like be like, you have to chill on that. Because that would crush you. If you were 12 and that's what you got your hands on, you're gone.
Yeah. Like
Matrix,
the
back
disgusting
of your head.
brother, Billy, dude.
Disgusting brothers, dude.
His younger brother is disgusting, dude. He got porn at a very young age, dude.
How
he's,
young did he get it?
Like
he must have been
the
super
dial
young.
up, probably 12. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but
12.
you guys had your guys' shit laying around.
True. We had Spanish Fly 14 going around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my brother got the
That
dial
portable
up.
DVD player, dude. That's a fucking.
You come from a very horny family, don't you?
Yeah, I'm one of six.
everybody's,
I'm one of
It's just him and brothers.
I'm one of
He's
6.
got 3 other brothers. It's just
everybody's just jacking off on every holiday.
they
and-
shared a room, dude.
There's 4 of us in a room.
They were all jerking off.
And then so we'd all go to the
Disgusting
bathroom. It was like
brothers.
prison. We go to the bathroom, we jerk off, and then you could pull the drawer out in a way because we would pick the lock on each other all the time. So you would have to pull a drawer out, and that would block the door from opening. So anytime you're trying to fap, someone would be like, "What are you doing in there?" And you're like, "Dude, I'm sick of shit. Get out of here. I gotta take a shower right after. Don't come in." Yeah, my brothers, they sent my little brother. My little brother came back. I was, I'd always used Vaz, obviously, and it was audible outside of the
Obviously,
door.
yeah.
So,
I was gonna say you seem like a bad guy. Like I saw that for sure when you came in.
my little
This
brother,
isn't a peanut butter guy. This is a Vaz guy.
He goes without saying. He's a Vaz guy.
Yeah, Vaz in jail is probably like uranium, dude. You get your hands on that.
Yeah.
But my brother heard. He was too young to even know what masturbating was, and he went to my older brother and was like, "Matt's in the bathroom. And it sounds like." So my older brother just waited until we're in front of all my cousins. He was like, "Yo, Billy, say what you told me." And they was like, it was like, and I was like, "Fuck."
Oh, did you
I
cry?
just beat my little brother up in front of all of them. I was
Yeah.
like, "You didn't fucking hear that, dude. They told you to
He's
say
lying.
that."
Spaz face.
He's lying.
We called my one cousin 3 times in one day.
He's a fucking liar.
Denied it to death.
He's talking about his 6-year-old. He's fucking lying.
And I had just come from beating off too.
But you had all your faculties, though.
I was like light in the
You had-
body.
you
I still
had
had
just
that light
come.
in the body feeling. I was like, wait, what did you guys hear?
Yeah, you just felt really nice.
I was like walking on air.
Wall of shame. That is nice. I think that is nice that you had an open Like everybody, you were with 3 brothers. Everyone was
Yeah.
fucking whacking off.
Oh, you
I had
had
2 older sisters. dude.
God damn.
So everybody,
I had 2 younger sisters.
everybody knew I was whacking off, and we're just like, let him go.
Oh,
Don't
let
go
that
up
creature finish.
there. And they didn't tell me until like 4 years ago. I was like, no, I never got caught, and they were like, the whole house knew every
Always.
day.
oh.
Because I told you, I'd be like, this was a long day. I gotta take a shower for an hour. I'd tell my mom, dude. I remember thinking I was so sly I could go in there and be like, because we always ran out of hot water like right away. Right away.
You used every
So
last
I'd be
drop.
like, Mom, it was a long day. I gotta take a long shower. Just
I'm
go in there.
real dirty.
Oh, that probably just ruined
Yeah.
it. She was just trying to watch TV.
yeah, they
Your
bumped me
son
up. I
comes in
got
the room
15
basically to be like,
spelling words.
Mom, I'm gonna go fucking jizz.
My mom did all of our laundries. I had 4 brothers, and like we had
no.
at one point to like make a streamline thing. She's like, "You're gonna have your own laundry basket. You're gonna have your own laundry basket, and just send them down." And I would just fucking dump a load and throw my brother's laundry basket.
He's doing it.
You framed them, dude.
Yeah, dude, completely. I think it was probably disgusting. She was just picking up boxers, being like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah.
dude.
Just getting cut.
Fossil. They were, dude, they're fossil. Yeah, they were like the spiral Nautilus, dude.
You know how fucking just picking that up and being like, my son,
Oh, dude,
my loser sons.
it was
What's
like a
he thinking
dime.
about?
Probably Easter Mass.
Pastels.
He was like, "Mom, can I see the Easter egg die for a second?"
Just looking at it. This is a really good egg, Mom. Can I keep it? I'm going to take it upstairs.
It's a very pleasant yellow.
I'm going to honor this egg.
Yeah,
You ever have any funny whacking off stories?
I think you guys have covered it.
yeah, that's what we do.
No, this will be on the internet forever.
Yeah, I feel bad for Mom. I always tell her, I'm like, don't watch the stuff. She's like, I'm gonna
Don't
see
watch the
what you're doing.
podcast?
Yeah,
I know.
anything I do. Like, don't
My mom
watch
watches every fucking episode.
Do they? Your parents tune in?
Well, I don't talk to her, so
Yeah.
this is the only time she gets.
This is how she gets to know what you're up to.
I knew you were masturbating.
That's what hot showers meant.
That's gross. I got away with it. My sisters just lied.
Yeah, older sisters could definitely torment you.
Bro,
I feel like I only had older
Disgusting.
brothers.
They're the worst.
They like physically. The older brothers like the FBI, sisters the CIA.
Yeah. Pure NSA, just like, we're watching. We know what you're doing. You think you're slick, dude.
Did they have friends over sometimes, and you're
Yeah,
just
their
like
hot fucking friends would come over.
goddesses, dude.
I'd just be like, guys, I want to hang out. I never hung out with my sisters. They'd have friends come over. I'd be like, look at this, dude. Look at this move. Come in the room. Be like,
Yeah, when I was young, I used to tell people like I'd be like, dude, my cousins, or I had older girl cousins, and I would shamelessly tell everyone I met, like, dude, my older girl cousins are so pretty, and they'd be like, dude, fucking chill, dude.
nothing worse than
talk
hot.
about
Nothing
that.
worse than hot cousins, dude.
Cousins are hot.
Cousins
I
are
would like
so
tell my mom,
hot,
I'm like, dude, my cousin's so pretty. She's
Yeah.
like, dude, you gotta chill. You can't go tell people that. I'm like,
She's
why?
beautiful.
She's beautiful.
I'm just saying she is.
She's beautiful. I never said that. Yeah, I was at my cousin's wedding and she got married and I was fucked up and I was like, you look beautiful. I was like, whoa, dude.
You crossed the line.
Yeah. She was like, okay, well, it was good to see you. I see you like once every 4 years. I was like, you looked beautiful tonight. You looked like Helen of Troy.
And I'm not some
Okay.
cousin fucker. Okay, I just mean it.
I would never, especially not on your wedding day. That would be too hot. That would be the hottest thing possible.
You break the wedding up.
That would just be the hottest thing of all time. Obviously, I'm not into that.
Yeah, it's like, does anyone have anything to say? Otherwise, hold your peace. Be like, I just want to say how beautiful my cousin is. I'm not trying to break the wedding up. God damn, I just wish I could have walked her down the aisle. I would have liked that. And just,
Anyway, that's it. That's it for me. Sit back down. Or just hit him with like a.
yeah, true.
Does anybody have anything to say?
Yeah, dude, I used to like smell my aunt's
Hope
hair.
she would fucking take the.
You would smell your aunt's hair.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, I used to just on the way down to the beach.
Ants are off limits.
I'd
dude.
sit behind it. It wasn't like my blood ants. These were like
They're
my
hot ants.
ants on the other side.
hot titties.
Dude, on the way down to the beach, I would just sit there and be like, Aunt Brenda, your hair smells so good. I was the
Holy
horniest little kid.
shit, dude.
You really were. You were.
Yeah.
Colors, smells, all of it.
Everything, dude. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, dude.
That's spectrum shit.
Yeah.
Just whacking off the colors.
It's not the best. But yeah, I didn't know. No one told me. I was too much of a Don.
So you might have benefited from finding like internet porn at a young age.
Oh, I think it would have taken me completely. I would have like tried to get a sex worker when I was
maybe
like
things
12.
would be better.
If
Maybe
I
you
had,
would have been sniffing your aunt's hair. You know, maybe you could have.
bro, I would have worked so hard.
Sure.
Maybe
Yeah.
you would have been able just to fuck your aunt.
I mean, biologically, it's just married. into
Biologically,
the-
it'd be totally fine. If it was just like back in the day, it would be totally acceptable. But fucking, since like the 80s, this would have been acceptable.
dude, in like at least traditional India society, it's like you live with like your in-laws and stuff, so you kind of know.
Yeah, there's research.
Yeah, I've been reading about it. Dude, Indian society is wild, man. Like the traditional Indian societies, your whole family lives together, and like you just hear if your brother is smashing, you hear it. The next morning, you come out and you're like, God, that's so fucking hot. Because you don't get to.
Is that part of the book where you get horny?
You can even tell because if you're a little brother, your brother's living in your house. Your older brother be with his wife, and you'd see like they just like grab a lady from some nearby village, and all of a sudden your brother has a wife, and you have to sit there and you're like, dude, my brother's in there right now with his wife. Fuck.
I don't think I would. My reaction wouldn't be like that's so hot though. Like I would get annoyed even when like the fucking dog would have his pink thing out. You know, like when dogs get fucking horny and the lipstick comes
You're
out.
even mad at the dog.
You're just like, God, stop it! Disgusting. We're sitting here trying to watch TV. You're getting off on this.
There's nothing. That's the worst.
That is.
A
Dude.
dog's boner will ruin any moment.
It does.
It's
You're
everyone's
just having
someone's
fun,
like,
having some
"Ew."
nice moment. You're like, ugh, he's taking this too far. He's doing more with this than I'm doing.
Almost smiling. That dog smiled.
Yeah, they have the grossest dicks
boner.
in the animal. Well, maybe not. Maybe pigs are pretty gross. Pigs,
They're disgusting, dude. I mean, it
Yeah.
is.
yeah, slimy.
It's slimy. Yeah.
Ugh, thank God we don't have slimy dicks.
It's not what you would imagine. Like if you were like designing a dog's dick, it feels like it would be like furry and matte. Like it doesn't feel like it would be like a pink worm. You know? Like it doesn't feel
Oddly
like
enough, we were just talking about this 2 days ago. Dogs have huge dicks, dude. That's
Like
just the
horse
tip.
cocks.
They come out, dude. Horse cocks will fuck up a dick.
Horse cocks match up to the body. They just have
Yeah.
big, literally like horse cocks. Looks like the rest of their body.
See, that's why
Yeah, but
they
it's-
need to make sure that dogs didn't have big dicks because then people wouldn't want to have them in their houses all the time.
True.
You know, they'd be just seeing that all the time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually,
Yeah.
you couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't.
That's what
do
it is. So they need the little worm dick that disappears and comes out every now and then.
Yeah, all
You
the
know?
big dicks. All the big.
They bred them
dick
out.
Dogs. Yeah, exactly.
They probably had giant cocks back in then.
Evolution
Yeah.
did its thing.
Yeah, they were just cocks, just giant hot dogs.
This is, all right, we found a flow. We found a flow, dude. I knew jacking off stories was gonna get it.
We had to.
Once we get that going, it's over.
That's like the warm up layups. Yeah.
Yeah, it is warm up layups.
Childhood
Man, how
perversions.
fucking nerve wracking was warm up layups when you sucked at basketball?
That was my favorite part because the layup
I
was the
couldn't
only.
do my right hand.
Oh, you're a left-hander.
I'm a
I
lefty.
forgot. Yeah, that was.
I
I
look like
felt
I look
so
like a
good doing the
dickhead.
layups. So I was like, I can do this one.
Yeah,
Then it'd be a fail shot in the game, and it's like,
yeah. There's jumpers from the elbow. The next part of the warm up.
yeah.
Fuck. When you fucking airball this in warm ups.
Yeah, dude. I used to get the ball and I would just freeze and just try to give it away as soon as possible.
That was my move too.
Yeah,
I
but-
just didn't have any interest in it. Yeah, soccer. I would just play defender, so I could just sit on my ass the whole time
Yeah,
and sit
that
back
rule.
there. And then like my worst like sport experience when I was a kid was I probably was like in 4th grade. I sucked at it. My parents would make me do it, but I just didn't have any interest in it at all. But I would just be a defender and sit back there picking my ass. And one day the coach and his son got into this argument, this fight in the middle of the game. And we were getting our ass kicked by this team. And the coach's son basically just like walked off. He was the goalie. And so then the coach is like, McBride, you're in. And I'm just like, fuck, the goalie, no. And then it was literally just like, those guys fucking scored me probably like 10 times. They just kept coming down and just drilling it right past me. And then I found myself like yelling at the other defenders, like, get your hands off your ass. Like, what's wrong with you? And then it just turned into me not even defending it, just crying, sitting in the goal box crying as
I
fucking
would have
balls were going past
spazzed
me.
on them, dude.
And then it was like, can we not do soccer anymore? I don't know if it's my sport. What if they make me goalie again?
Goalie's terrifying.
All the pressure's on you.
Yeah, and you're never gonna save it.
No.
It's impossible.
Then you just wait the whole time it's on the other end of the field. You're like,
Yeah, you
fuck,
just get
fuck,
humiliated
fuck,
like
here it
3
comes.
times in an hour, and that's all you do the whole game.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of humiliating. You let the whole team down.
Yeah, especially
And all
the
their
easy one.
parents and no
The
thanks.
parents are like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No good.
Is that your son?
Don't you work with him? Do you spend time with him? Why does he know how to do this stuff?
You know, we do drills sometimes. I could train him if he wants to come be my son.
He'd do better.
Yeah,
Have you seen a lot of psycho sports parents?
I have. You know, my son has tried out a lot of different sports, and so I've seen all the different types. He's saying he wants to try lacrosse, but I'm just like, yeah, I think he just wants the gear. Like he goes to the sport depending on what the gear is.
Solid drip.
Yeah.
True.
Get like a fucking gladiator helmet.
Yeah, that's
Cool
always
basketball
disturbing
shorts.
when you see that. When you see like in little kids sports when the dad is just fucking losing his mind.
And it kind of like there's a part of you that's like disgusted by it, but then also a part of you that's like, I'm a pretty shitty dad. Like I don't even care enough about this game to like yell like this. And
I can't believe
this
I'm
guy
here.
is obviously like so. So and then I'm like, should I be practicing with him more? I don't know. Isn't that what he comes here for? Is to practice? I don't know how to play this shit.
Do you think from a wife
Cross
perspective?
is impossible. You ever try to fucking...
Dude, I played one summer
cross is
league game.
impossible.
A guy hit me with a stick once, and I was just like, fuck this, man.
Yeah.
I got so mad and was like, I can't do this. That hurts. And I tried to hit someone with a stick. Like, that's a penalty. I'm like, he just hit me. Like, yeah, but you did it wrong. And I was like, I quit. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Sports, when you suck at a sport, it sucks so fucking bad.
Yeah, I've had... Yeah.
Basketball, summer league basketball, we'd always play in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
So we were the white kids. And I would just sit on the bench like, please, for the love of God, do not put me in this game. And you get in, get fucking swatted. Whole gym's like, oh. You're just like, dude. I'm some fucking fat big kid.
Pounding on you.
It's just so embarrassing, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I always wonder from like, what do you think the wives think when like you're a dad and you're just screaming at an ump at like an 8-year-old's basketball game? Do you think they get kind of like...
I think some of them
Nice.
might like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do.
I've witnessed it. I've seen that, like, you know, even sometimes after you've been to a few games and you know that there's a guy on your team that does that like when things start going bad for your team, you're kind of like, when's he going to start yelling at the fucking umpire? Like, when's he going to get in here and protect us?
Come on, Blue. I start getting on the ump. Come on, Blue. It's a fucking 15-year-old. It's just a volunteer high school kid. I know. You fucking asshole. It's T-ball. Yeah, spazzing on an ump is nice. As
It's
a
the
dad,
best.
getting drunk and going to a kid's game would be fucking nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it all the time here. But these games sometimes are late. I mean, my son's in elementary school, and like we'll have baseball games that literally start at 7:30 at night on a school
Really?
night.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
Under
you're
the
just there,
lights?
it's like, oh, here we go.
When you're a little kid, under the lights is the sickest shit ever. Although I bet these kids are spoiled these days, dude. Everybody has lights now.
Really? Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so.
I don't like that. I shit outside until I was 23.
You need to make that part of your origin story. Get some traction with it.
Hell yeah. So when's Gemstones 3 coming out, dude?
Gemstones 3. It's coming out
When's
soon.
season 3?
June 16th or something like that.
Hell yeah,
Very
dude.
soon. A month from now.
How you feel about it? You excited?
I am. I'm ready for it to come out. I'm ready for people to see it. I think it's good. I think it's the best one we've done yet.
Hell
It's
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Nice.
But I guess I'm like not supposed to like promote it or talk about it because
Oh shit, my bad. That was
No,
like
you can.
I thought we were supposed to. That's
here
why I brought it up.
we can because
I would have
we're
never asked that.
I don't know the gray areas. I'm not supposed to go to panels, I think, but I'm allowed
panel?
to. Like where they pull you up
about jacking off.
Yeah, but I think jack off conversations are fine to talk about the show. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the nether realm of entertainment.
No, let's talk about the show. I want to. I like
Yeah?
it. Yeah.
So they said like don't bring. Why would they say don't bring up your show?
You know what it's like? They didn't say that about this, but you get emails from the Writers Guild sort of telling you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because of the strike.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's kind of odd, isn't it?
Yeah, that is weird. You
Yeah,
can't
you know
even
that thing
talk
you
about
made?
it.
Shut up about it.
Yeah, but I'm like, but a bunch of writers made it too. Like, well, don't we
of
want people to
course.
go see it? But
Yeah.
they don't want you in league with the studios, I guess. But this isn't in league with the studios.
No,
I don't think so.
Not
Yeah.
even
at all.
I mean, you'd be
close.
surprised.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I forgot there is a writer's strike. That's crazy.
Studios are trying to get a hold of this pod, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fucking
Warner
right.
Brothers.
Warner
bugging
Brothers.
us, dude. Yeah, I wonder. You think that? I don't know if the writer's strike. This might be the last one.
You think?
I think so, man.
Why?
Chat GPT. They're gonna be like, all right, bro. Chat GPT.
Well, I think that's part of the strike. They say you guys can't use it.
I just have this bad feeling like it's going to be really, really long. It kind of like I'm sensing that feeling of like when we shut Gemstones down for when COVID came, and it was that thing where like the first 2-3 weeks was like people are learning to make bread and pounding pots outside, and then you fucking look back a year later, you're like, damn, we thought that shit was about to be done. And we were at the beginning of it. Like, I have that same sinking feeling that this is gonna like
banging pots and pans by the week fucking 5. You're like, nurses are fucking lazy. That's bullshit.
You have too much time to think about everything.
Yeah, that'll stink. So you can't really scab out. Like you can't be like, well, I just hired a bunch of like Russian guys.
No, they would not.
You know, and it's that thing where like once it starts, you just want it to be over as quick as you can. So if you do scab, you're only sort of like prolonging it because you're allowing them to be able to operate and not feel the pain. So whether you agree with it or not, you know, once the table is set, everybody's sitting down for a bite.
Yeah.
What's their hourly wage?
I think it's $5.25 an hour. No, I have no clue.
I'm sure it depends on the project. No, I had a meeting with some agents, and they were like, we can't even have meetings. I was like, you guys are my agents. I think they were lying.
They could have been.
Now that I'm saying it out loud.
It's like the doors off of the fucking bathroom. It's like, wait a second. Is this really the only way to do
There's
this?
a pedophile. Yeah.
I scrolled some notes down today. I feel bad.
About what?
Yeah?
On the plane, I was just like scrolling down.
You
notes.
wrote stuff. You're not supposed to do that.
I didn't know.
What'd you write?
I was listening to like doing stand up stuff. I was listening to stuff and trying to arrange stuff. And
But there's no union
can't.
for stand up, right? Is there any union for so that
shows
so
are canceled. Yeah, no, we're not.
Those are snakes.
You just do whatever the hell you
Nobody
want.
would team up to help.
Yeah, true. They just bring you down.
If somebody tried to strike, everybody would take that spot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it would be. Nobody would be
dude.
unified.
Yeah, they would punch the picket line, dude. They would shoot the picket line.
They would, in a heartbeat.
$75.
Oh, I would kill someone for a $50 spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, are you touring most of the time now?
Forever, yeah.
Forever.
Always.
And how do you like being on the road? How do you like life on the road?
At first, it's the coolest shit in the world. And then now you're just kind of like I remember, and I'm pretty new at it, headlining. But like the first year, I was like, dude, airports rule.
Yeah.
And now I'm in an airport 5 times. I'm in an airport every week.
Yeah.
So much so
And
where
I
you probably
hate
get annoyed when people aren't efficient going through security. Like you have your shit down.
Dude, it happened today. Right when I got through the sliding door, a guy holding his bag just stopped directly in front of me. Right when I walk, as soon as I get through the sliding doors in the airport, I'm furious.
Yeah.
I'm angry the the way people are walking and then just stop and turn.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm behind you. I go, excuse me. I say it into their face.
You're just going to stop in the middle of the
I
airport?
go, pardon me, dude. People standing on the fucking the moving sidewalk thing.
Yeah.
Don't stand there. Don't make me ask you to move.
That's what happens to me is I like am too hyper focused on like that kind of stuff, and then I will say something, and then the rest of the fucking flight I'm just like I'm like beating myself up like, why did you do it? Why did you say something like that guy?
I watched O'Connor do that to a chick. We were getting on the plane, and she was like, you know how people like stand in the way before boarding?
Yeah.
Well, it's not their turn.
Yeah.
And then you end up just getting in line behind them, and they're like,
And you look like
oh,
an idiot.
I'm not getting on you. It's like, well, get the fuck out of the way. He did that. He was
shit
like,
says sky
why are
priority.
you standing here right now? Why would you
Yeah.
stand here?
I
And
check
then-
phone screens. I always
Dude,
go.
then he got in, and she was sitting next to him. It was like an LA flight. He had to sit with this lady for 6 hours. After he was like, excuse me.
I go the complete opposite way when I fly. I go like, go ahead, guys. Do your thing.
That's the way to be, I think.
We're all
Don't
gonna-
like let everything roll
Yeah.
off your back.
I'm good with that other than security and people stopping. Like, but when people stand up to get their bags right away, I sit there and I'm like,
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes you have like
We're all
new to this,
getting off, buddy.
new to this, huh?
sometimes you have leg pain. If I sit too long, I'll get leg pain. So I'll stand up as soon as I can and just stand there and stretch out and do stuff. But I see people going like, it's like I'm stretching my leg, dude. Got sciatica.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
You're the only one with sore legs.
I get big time. Yeah, you stand up.
You got to wear them compression socks when
You got a
travel,
race
man.
to stand up.
I wore sock shoes on the plane today. I got sock shoes on Amazon. They're $20.
Wait, what's their deal? Like where each toe is in its own thing?
No. It's just like a mitten type sock. It covers your whole foot, but like work gloves have that like rubbery material. The bottoms are that rubber material.
Yeah.
Dude,
And they're
there's-
made for wearing outside, aren't they? Just like house
Those
slippers.
are just house
I've
slippers.
been wearing them, dude. My wife,
my mom used to wear
My wife
those.
hates them so much. It looks like you're
She's
walking
right,
around outside in
dude.
socks, dude. I wore them today. It was so nice.
Did you right through security be like, I'm already wearing socks,
I
sir?
thought about it. I didn't want to press my luck.
You took them off?
I popped them off.
Are you wearing
yeah.
socks underneath them or you go barefoot?
Socks underneath too, yeah.
Double socks.
I didn't know what the sweat was like, so yeah, dude,
Yeah,
sock
yeah.
shoes might be the new thing.
Crazy person.
I'm wearing them.
Gross germ.
I'm just not wearing shoes for the writer's strike. That's my
True.
Just go barefoot.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I hope they get paid more. I didn't know they fell in the poverty line.
I think they got fucked. I don't know enough about it, but like streaming services kind of started fucking them.
Oh yeah.
And then, the chat GBT is just.
Yeah. They should team up with other people too. You know.
Maybe I'm a fool, but I'm not worried about the chat GPT shit.
I've been saying it, brother.
I really do. I feel like
Overrated, dude.
overrated, and I also feel like look, the people who are going to benefit from chat GPT, they of course want the marketing to be, this is a game changer. Nothing's going to be the same.
Yeah.
And you just look, you're just like everyone was going to move to the metaverse. Just like every motherfucker was going to be watching 3D TVs in their house. It's like just how our fucking phones are supposed to be faster than they ever were. I still can't get fucking service in the middle of a major city. You're like, I don't buy it. I just kind of, I mean, it's pretty amazing that you can make it do something and it can spit out something fast. But I think if you're a writer, if you have a point of view, it's not going to be able to, I mean, it can imitate that, but it can't create that. So I feel like if you're derivative, then yeah, you might be in for trouble. But if you're making something that's like your point of view, I don't know. I dare it. I challenge it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah,
I'll
I
be
guess,
fucking Casey Jones. I'll fucking go head to head with this goddamn thing.
It's never coming up with
I
the
die.
Draven. It's never coming.
No, dude,
ChatGPT is
no.
not coming with the Draven.
There's a. Oh
What if
god.
the first thing? It's like write a story as Danny McBride. It's like the Draven.
I've done it too. I've tried to get it to like write an episode of Gemstones. I've tried to like do
You
it.
tested it.
Yeah, and it's like,
Stinks.
yeah, it's not anything
Yeah.
I would ever make. It wouldn't make it out of the writer's room. I mean, it's incredible that you can say that and it can do that, but
Yeah.
I still feel like the point of view of the individual is hard to match.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's good for those little like clickbait articles. Those guys are fucked because you
Yeah.
can make them all day.
Yeah.
Which is
See what
good.
it
Fuck
says.
those guys anyway.
Yeah, they're done. They're done.
Yeah. It's kind of doing that anyway.
Yeah,
It does it anyway. Like if you type in my name on Google, it'll be like Shane Gillis's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's just some gibberish.
yeah.
It's like he's from Mechanicsburg. It's just my
Oh,
Wikipedia.
yeah. They do the automated voice. He's worth $7 million.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, nice, all right. I didn't know that.
He's
That's
got a
fucking
net
sweet.
worth. Yeah. People think he's gay.
Adam Devine said that for a while when you would type in like Adam Devine into Google search.
Adam Devine gay?
No, does Adam
Question
Devine
mark?
have Down syndrome? That would be what came up first. And I went and typed it in, and it is. It was the first thing that people were searching for
How's that
when
not
they
on
would
mine?
search for him. It's so crazy.
That's heartbreaking.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, he was like bummed by it, but then I think he's embraced it. He's fine with it. Yeah.
That's awesome. That'd be kind of a tough one. Yeah, I guess I get that.
You think?
Yeah.
You think that would be tough? It is tough.
It is kind of weird when you can see what people are searching for about you specifically, like what they care about.
Yeah. Yeah, I get a lot. What does Matt McCusker do?
That's gotta fuck you up while you're doing nothing Googling.
What does he do? I'm like, I don't know,
He
man.
Googles
What
himself.
I do. Son of a bitch.
That's my top one. What does he do?
Awesome.
I'm still figuring that out.
All right, I think
This is what it is. This is a podcast.
Yeah, dude.
This is it.
Piece of cake.
That was it.
most of them are more organized.
we were
this is our
stunned.
style.
We were stunned.
What's on your docket now that you're in Chucktown?
I
What are
got
you guys
nothing the
doing
rest
here?
of the day.
You're just gonna enjoy the city.
We're gonna
Chill,
hang
yeah.
out
The
today.
holy city.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then tomorrow we got that show.
It's kind of hard to hit a bad restaurant in this town. There's a few
Really?
Yeah.
good ones. Yeah.
All right.
You all are downtown?
Yeah.
Historic district.
Yep. No one really calls it that, okay? It's just downtown.
Please wear your socks.
I will.
Wear your socks to the nice
I didn't
restaurant.
want to be disrespectful. and wear
Southern
them today,
gentlemen.
but-
Southern gentlemen. Would be
No hats in
furious.
restaurants, okay?
Damn,
Not at all.
Yankees.
It looked like I was in a scuba suit today. I had like these tight fucking joggers and my sock shoes. It looked like I was scuba diving. You feel so nimble on
And
them,
then
dude.
just to sit down and start writing notes of a video of yourself.
Yeah. It's just like,
you must have.
it was stand-up stuff. So it was like,
Yeah.
pussy.
Yeah, your notes are like cream pies are funny.
Well, dude, it forces you because in medieval times you just had leather slippers, and dudes, you walk heel toe. Dudes in medieval times walk toe heel.
Yeah.
So you start naturally because you would feel the ground for sharp or abrasive objects. So when you're wearing these things, they're not the thickest. So you catch yourself starting to do kind of like a slither to where you're like moving with your toes first.
Slithering around.
It's kind of nice, dude. Like a medieval duke just walking around. Yeah, it was toe heel for the longest time, dude.
That's a pretty
they
good
say it
move.
gets your calves jacked too. Toe heel.
I can see that. I can see it.
Dude, try it.
Dude, fucked up. Socks at the airport is out of control.
Sock shoes, dude.
That's out of control.
I know only one guy even people would look and just go.
Like somebody said something?
The steward was like, nice. The male steward was like,
Real nice asshole.
he was into them.
And you like wearing it just because it's going to be comfy once you get on the
Comfy,
plane.
dude. But yeah, you're bare. No, just like walking around and feeling like you're in your bare feet. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's kind of forbidden too in like an airport, and you're like, you do feel like
You
you're
like
in your bare
that
feet.
forbidden shit.
I love that forbidden fruit, dude.
Yeah.
You know, all those people just marching their germs from all over the
Yeah,
world
really.
just right on the floor there.
Barefooted in airports
cloth
is
sock just
the
soaking it
last
all
thing I want.
It's rubber. The bottom's rubber, dude. It's totally protected.
Show me a picture, please.
I took a picture and sent it to my wife just to fucking goad her.
Dude, did you like these are what my hands look like?
Where?
I sent you yesterday.
Which one?
I said my hands look like this. So you just
Oh,
go,
fuck, dude. That's now.
oh, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're the pants I was
They're
talking
not
about.
the ones I was thinking.
Which one?
The ones I was thinking are like socks with like just little rubber.
You're talking
Yeah.
about hospital socks.
With
Yes.
grippers on the bottom.
No,
Yeah.
those are the real deal. Those are industrial strength.
It's pretty cool.
I could just do like a metal factory. I can go like melt down steel. in
Yeah,
those
I guess
things.
this is tough. Like, this is like what a factory worker would wear.
It's like a place where you would burn dead bodies, really. Yeah. No, I'm saying like in a morgue.
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah, yeah.
dude. Jesus Christ. Is there a local crematory here? Seems like this would have like a lot of crematories in this town.
I think there probably should be. Yeah, I haven't used one yet, but I'm imagining there's some good ones I've had.
I wonder if you could test it while you're still alive. Like, yeah, it's pretty hot. That's
hot as hell in
That's
here.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
cooks in here. Yeah.
Get me out of
Yeah.
there.
What's a good restaurant? What should we go to?
Oh God, there's just so many, dude. Are you what are you guys into? Are you seafood, barbecue?
What should we get here? We've never been here.
I love the seafood, the low country stuff here is
Yeah.
pretty insane. The oysters, all that kind
I'm
of
good
stuff.
with that. I
is
get
good.
barbecue a lot.
Yeah, and barbecue's good, but yeah, barbecue you can kind of get in a lot of places.
Yeah, I
but,
could do some seafood, man. I love seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah, those South Carolina oysters are pretty good.
Hell yeah.
And they're an aphrodisiac, correct?
I don't know. That's what they say.
But I shouldn't.
like the crematoriums, I've haven't explored yet.
I've never used oysters to get laid.
I don't know how sexy I feel after eating a fucking dozen oysters. Let's party.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, you guys. Well, thanks for
Dude,
having me on. I
bro,
appreciate
thank
it.
you, man.
This
for real.
is
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you.
Have fun, y'all. Have fun in Charleston.
Thanks, man.
Goodbye.
The Wild Wild West.
Actor, magician, hypnotist, escape artist, television personality. There are a lot of parts to make up Steve Crawford. Steve and his team of experienced professionals would like an opportunity to tailor a program to meet your needs.
Hey guys, welcome to Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. We're doing a little road episode. I'm in Ontario, California, recording a comedy special, but we're recording an intro for my newest special that'll come out eventually. And I met you, Steve Crawford, dude.
Great to be here.
Lifetime
I met
entertainer.
you. That was a crazy day we had.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was
Absolutely.
mostly you. You were doing stunts and shit.
So this guy, don't let him fool you. He
The Wild Wild.
You got actually
and
hurt.
I got hurt, a little bit injured.
Your ribs are messed
So,
up. Wait, that should be nothing to you. You're a stunt. How long have you been doing stunts for?
Exactly. That's the problem. So now I'm all broken down and sore. So I did Daredevil stunts on the road for 30, 40 years. And that was for state fairs, festivals.
How'd you get into that?
You know, I was a kid. I had a childhood hobby of magic. My mother told me about the movie Houdini with Tony Curtis. And I watched this thing, and I watched him get locked in the water tank, and his appendix burst, and he dies. And but something it affected me differently than it did the other people watching, and it grabbed me.
You watched the Houdini, so you saw him die in the tank, and you're like,
I did.
I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
carry
oh
the
my
torch.
gosh, I want to do what this guy's doing. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to die, let's die in a water tank in front of an audience. You know, we're all going to die.
True.
But didn't plan to die and didn't die. But I was lucky. I had a locksmith that lived next door. He taught me how to pick locks, and I really became a big Houdini fan.
And your stage name was Houdini, right?
As a child, I went all the way in those days, actually all the way to college. Houdini names, with somebody Eenie. Everybody put an Eenie, so I went with Houdini. Can you hold? My beautiful assistant is here. Would you hold the microphone? I'll show you one of the first tricks I learned. This is a quick one.
Did you ever use male? It's always women. I never like sexy boys for the assistant.
I think you got to hold it closer. Somebody told me that.
Yeah, get up there,
that was
bro.
you that told me. All right, here we go. Little dollar bill trick.
Here we go.
So a lot of kids start with this stuff, which I did at the library. Picture of Barbara Bush. I don't know if you can see that. Or
Kind of looks like Barbara up there.
I always thought as a kid. Anyway, no, we fold the dollar up. In this trick, what we want to do is make it come out backwards or different or upside down. But in this case, it actually changes.
Yeah,
about $99 different. As you can see, you get a $100 bill. So money didn't really become the motivation to do it, but it kept me doing it.
You got the Philosopher's Stone. You could do alchemy, transfer the lead into gold.
We could do that. That's true. I will say I picked up many dates as a child,
Sean.
pretending to be a real wizard and that I could do real magic and read her mind, and you wouldn't believe it. Magic is a great way to meet girls, don't they?
I wanted to ask you about that. That seems. Absolutely. I watched the reel of you. That was the Oklahoma. What was that? The hockey team, right?
Oh, you saw one of my sports events doing illusions. Yes.
My question is, so when you're a magician, because you're a magician, actor, stuntman, you do it all. You're a general entertainer, a real entertainer. Everyone thinks they're an entertainer now, but you are the real deal. 40 years of locking in getting locked underwater, acting.
It was a funny thing when I was growing up. I was the only entertainer that I knew, and I mean, I met people who helped me in the business, but I did my shows, and now I look at social media, and everybody's an entertainer. I'm like, I'm the only one on there not entertaining anymore. It seems
your
like,
blood, sweat, and tears.
In the world has changed. Everybody's entertaining.
Well, here's the question. So with the magic, you're saying is a good way to meet girls. When's the first time you converted magic skills into just some? I don't know how graphic you want to get.
So often. Well, I've got one true story, and it's a no joke. There's a victims protection order on file in Oklahoma.
Hold up, bro. On you or the person?
The girl who had a fatal attraction, and it was this that in '81 I opened for Alice Cooper. I was his opening act. We did some illusions, and I was a good guy. Backstage, I met with the people who won the radio passes to come backstage, and friendly and. The band members were sleeping with people and all that. I didn't get any of that. And one of the rules I had.
How old were you back then?
I was very young. I was 18, 19 years old.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's crazy.
But yeah, one of my earlier gigs back in college days, I was in college when we hooked up for that. But I had been meeting girls in clubs and telling them I was psychic. So I felt bad about that. Even in high school, and would read their mind. And of course it worked. They're just, we've got this connection. But I had a rule I would never go out with a girl that I met at a show. Because what they see in the show is not who you are. I mean, you're playing a role. You're a daredevil stunt guy with security around you, and I mean, you're playing this image, right? Mm-hmm. Or you're a funny guy in a show, whatever it is. So those people don't know you. So I broke the rule one time, and boy, it was crazy. Young lady, you can look up. It's still in the file, court case, but yeah, she. Tried to come on hard to me to marry me. All of a sudden, I'm like, what in the world? We just met.
You gave her one taste. She lost her mind.
And exactly. And I told her words to me were, you know what? She said, I should have killed you when I saw you at the state fair in September. I'm like, what?
Whoa.
And she grabbed the wheel of my little convertible and it was icy out and crashed it. And then broke in my house later, stole stuff. There were gas stoves, but in those days I was a single guy and turned on all the gas, blew out the pilot lights, and then attacked me through the back door. So everybody on our city block there went to court and we won. And
bro,
but I learned my lesson.
How many times did you pipe her down?
One time.
Just once.
It was once.
You got to taste the amazing
what in the world?
Once.
And I just don't know. I don't know what to say about it, except, I don't think it's a good idea to commingle,
That makes sense. That's kind of smart.
Really
so you're that smart, that young to keep it separate. Because that's a good insight to know. Like, dude, this is all glitz and glam.
Yeah. It's true. And I learned the lesson.
So I really wanted to ask you about that because doing the county fairs must have been crazy. Like, what were some of the stunts? What was like the craziest stunt you did at like a county fair?
Everybody had a favorite. And so It's state fairs were primarily, we did about 25 state fairs starting in September through November. West Palm Springs, Florida kicks off early February, and Shreveport, Louisiana, not my favorite fair, but that ran right into Thanksgiving. So there was a ton of fairs. And so we had ground acts, family shows, animal circus, kids circus. I did circus sideshow, illusion. So we had that going. Then I booked a secondary act, which was the Daredevil stunts. And one of those was locked upside down in the water torture cell that Houdini inspired, strapped to roller coaster tracks and a straitjacket, had to dive out of the way right before it crashes through, from a screen.
What?
Hanging from burning rope straitjackets in the air. But there were other markets for swimming pool events. I let people, anybody with a backyard pool could hire me, bring their padlocks and chain me up to weights and throw me in the pool. And if you had $5,000, I was available to do it. And some close calls, but I made it through that.
What was a close call?
Well, there were a lot of close calls. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I don't know which was the tell first.
So here's the question.
There were some accidents.
If someone hired you at like their pool to escape and you died in their pool, what's the deal with that?
I would sue myself. So I had a $2 million liability policy that if myself or anyone else was ever injured at one of my shows, that it would pay off. So my first step would be sue myself because I was injured at my show.
It's kind of
That was kind of my plan anyway. Get rich off the accident. But anyway.
So what were the babes like at the county fair? Because I know Alice Cooper, obviously, probably crowing, but like at the county fair, what's that like?
Well, exactly. Use your imagination, and the smaller the fair, the smaller the town. Yeah, I love small town. I'm from a small town. So, but people are, to be honest, we joke about that. And there was a lot of flirty, horror types, I guess you could say, but there was a lot of very, very sweet people. And I mean it sincerely. My favorite guests, they came every year, just really good people, honestly,
that's
from
cool.
this community. So.
That's cool. Because I always wondered about that, because that's like, and you kept it to the code that whole time. You just only broke once for that one lady?
Absolutely. I think it was my fingers. I always practice with my fingers. You want to see a finger trick? You want to do something?
We're talking about the hose right now.
It's another magic trick. All right. I'm
Lovely assistant. Go ahead.
I'm going to have you lay your mic down. You got to do this one with me. All right. Would you hold this for us? So actually, magicians, we do use our hands to exercise a little bit to get our magic going. If you do this, hold your hands like this. Clasp your fingers together. Now wiggle your first finger. Wiggle your little finger. Good. You're very good, talented yourself. Okay, now separate. Now we're going to go down. Now, can you keep turning to go all the way out? It's a little bit of a stretch. If you're watching this or try it at home, to get all the way out. Now, reverse your arms and lock them like that. Except kind of hold them up high. There you go. Now, wiggle the first finger and the little and go, ah, oh. Linda Blair taught me that one, actually.
What'd you do?
Woo. Twist your arms around, right?
Oh, I couldn't do that.
I didn't either. Anyway, I tried.
You're never going to believe it, guys. This episode of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast is brought to you by Dude Wipes. If you're still dry wiping with toilet paper, it's time to show your beehole some respect and upgrade to Dude Wipes. Why? Because Dude Wipes are wet, and extra moisture cleans away that dry that never, what dry never could. They leave no room for dingleberries and stray butt crumbs that TP might miss. Plus, they're extra large and designed for adults. Dude Wipes tackle the mess without any fuss, and flushable design makes it clean up a breeze. No more endless rolls or settling for less than perfect wipes. Think about the last time you really could have used Dude Wipes. They're good for cleaning up cum. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. Available on Amazon and major retailers nationwide.
You want to hear a county fair story?
Yeah, please.
You got time? Would you come back? You're so good at this. I love it. Trick with a couple of jokers and, hold on. We're missing one. We're used to standing up. What kind of comedian sits down? You're lucky.
I told you I would stand. I have no problem standing.
So I've got a story how I lost some money from a guy running a little scam, a little gambling game at a fair. Mm-hmm. And it went like this. I thought, being a magician, I'm going to win all these carnival games, right?
Yeah.
This guy had 3 cards at his game. One of those was a joker that he was using. He had a second card, and it was a joker. And then he had a third card, which was actually an ace. He said, this is the money card. Now, what you got to do is keep your eye on this ace. All right, here we go. I noticed he made a shifty move. I thought he put the ace on the bottom. When I guessed the bottom, actually, I lost my first dollar. Now, then he said this. He said, look, I'm not going to mix the 3 cards. I'm going to leave them in the same sequence, the 3, and right now give you a second guess. Now, I said it was the top card, which cost me $1. I said, I knew if it wasn't the bottom, it had to be the middle. And, well, that one cost me $1. I said, okay, now you're using more than 3 cards. He said, that'll cost you $1. I said, you've taken the ace out of the game. He said, that'll cost you $1. Anyway, I owed him $5. Here's where he got me. He said, look, there's an ace. Would you hold that one?
Yep.
He said, here's a joker. He said, if you can still tell me the name of the last card, if you hadn't forgotten it and all this, you win your $5, double or nothing. You get double your money. I said it was a joker. He said I owed him $10. So I did learn, watch the games that you play at the carnivals while you're on that subject. Yeah.
Yes. Do you ever beef with any carnies? Because that seems like you ever beef with any of the carnival folks?
No. In fact, there was a little, what was the code? If you ever got in trouble with a guest, you holler out, was it Rufus? I can't remember now. It's been a while since I've been to that market, but all the carnies jump in and help you.
Really?
They do. They watch each other. They watch your back, the entertainer's back. That was one of the first things I learned. That's kind of a family.
It's kind of cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what would you do then? So if you were on the road like that and you weren't like, taking advantage of the babes, not in like a bad way, but I'm saying they're plentiful, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. What would you do? Like you just chill all day and like do magic? Like
you're talking about? I'm sorry. After the show?
Yeah. What would you do?
There was no break at a fair. You open up in the afternoon. You do some shows. You run them into the night, and then you go back and you're just wore out. You've been outdoors all day. Typically, a lot of indoor events. But yeah, and go back to your room and hide.
Really?
Go on, get some rest because you got to do it again the next day. When the fair ends on a Sunday night, you got to pack your tear down, hire help.
You're out, yeah.
Big tear down, load your trailers.
For
and
sure.
Head on down to the next one.
So what about the one thing I wanted to ask you when we started is like, what's the relationship like between a magician and a magician's assistant? That seems like it's an erotic. I don't want to keep like hammering on this, but it seems like an erotic situation. Like, how do you handle that?
Yes. It could be. It's all you keep it in the back of your head. So, unfortunately, they never knew. They never knew my thoughts. No, I actually very respectful.
Yeah,
we'd hire dancers. We would hire people that were there for the art and did a good job. And honestly, we became good friends.
That's cool.
I never made a move on an assistant, but there was some I certainly liked. I think they liked me, but we just left it at that.
You're a professional as hell. I guess that's how you do it for 40 years, man. Otherwise.
40 years. It was that long till I could get out of it. And I did comedy clubs in the 80s. Did I hear about that?
No.
So I had 3 comedy club acts. And it was an agent that convinced me to do this. Keeping in mind I'm an actor, I wanted to be a comedian, but I never really was that funny. I mean, honestly, I didn't think. But so we developed 3 acts that we booked into the comedy clubs, and one was a pickpocket comedy thing, and one was a monologue with some magic. And the third one is the reason I got out of doing comedy clubs. I had a problem with myself doing this with anybody. I went right in as a headliner. I think a comedy club, you need people to start in the beginning, an opener, a middler, and then you work your way up, and you got real talented comedians out there. But I had an act that just booked the year up like that as right off the bat, ran it right in as a headliner, because there was no choice but to put it there. And why it booked was the ticket sales, and it's the hypnosis show. So I became a certified clinical hypnotist.
Oh, you majored in psychology.
It was actually an acting theater major with a minor in psychology. But then I became a member of the National Guild of Hypnotists, and I went into these sessions where we learned how to hypnotize people. And I screwed them up. I messed with them. You had to work with real people, right? And tell them that their watch is gone. Well, I would really steal their watch. And then I would touch their eyes and then put my fingers here and say, you're going to feel something touch you. And then I would touch with my other hand. And I was doing magic on these people, right? And then when we came out, all the guests are sharing the stories of what happened. And the certifiers are like, what? What happened? He did what? And, even with kids, we hypnotize kids. But honestly, people are crying. They're talking about their problems. I thought I would never be a doctor. I could never be a clinical hypnotist.
At the shows, people will get hypnotized.
But in the shows, it was it's animal. So yes, a comedian to me is not a hypnotist or vice versa. That a comedian is a comedian. And so here we are in there booked as the headliner because you got to do a lengthy show. You got to
like an
bring
hour.
people up an hour and it's got to be that in that spot. And it was a very popular act. So there was a change at the end of the 80s where there were less comedy clubs. So I got in for commercial reasons again. And I like to switch things up because I get bored, change the market some. And the clubs are going down. And so I had an opportunity to stay on. And I think I heard that Jokers was one of the clubs we were working with, wanted now their people to go with them full time or something. There were some changes going on. And I thought, you know what? There's some great comedians that I met while I was out there. And those guys, they deserved the comedy club. So I
left them alone.
So I left it out. I got out of there. And,
Principled man.
you know,
So what were the shows? So you you would hypnotize people and steal their stuff?
so pickpocketing was actually a separate thing, but when I was referring to when we were practicing with real people and real problems, we would go into a room with them alone as part of your training to get certified as a clinical hypnotist.
Yeah.
To help you with problems. And I just couldn't resist. I'm like, oh my gosh. You tell them their watch is gone and now they don't see it. And you show them a coin and you tell them it's a different coin. And they believe it's a different coin.
How does it work?
In these tests? Well, this is all through mental program. You relax a person. Hypnosis works this way. You get someone in a very relaxed state of mind. They go to an alpha pattern, and now you can speak to the subconscious mind. You don't have to go to a clinical hypnotist to try some tricks at home. For example, if you're worried about remembering something tomorrow, a better word is recall because it's always in there, but you want to be able to recall. So you relax into this like you're falling asleep, right? Very relaxed. And then you look and you picture the shower curtain and tell yourself, when I see this shower curtain, this thought will pop in my mind, so you won't forget it.
Yeah.
And watch, the trick to this is, the fun thing about it is this. The next day, a year later, 20 years later, when you see the shower curtain, it will pop this trigger in this thought. And you go, wow. Then you begin to realize, oh, this stuff really works. It's not all just a show. I mean, a lot of it is a show, but that you can really do that. Or the subconscious mind is so amazing. Most of us have an internal clock in the subconscious mind. You tell yourself, I need to wake up at a certain time as you fall asleep. Watch if you don't wake up either at that time, sometimes on the minute, but usually just a little before, because you know you got to be up at that time.
Yeah.
Your brain will wake you up. So it's about relaxing and getting into the subconscious.
Got you. What was like some of the crazier things you did hypnotizing people?
In the shows, well, making people rigid, laying them on two chairs and standing on their body. And it was not a magic trick. It looked like one, but they're so rigid. And then a friend of mine, Dr. Roy Bellows, who's a hypnotist, the next I heard he's in court, where somebody came back later and said that they had some back injuries. And I'm like,
stand on the back?
Threw that one out. Well, you stand on the front, you put their feet on one chair and their head here, and then you walk on their body.
What?
It's a classic. It's been around.
Would you do?
But people
Men
got,
and women or just men?
Well, that depends on your fetish. I mean, I don't know.
I might try that tonight. I might try to jump on a lady during my hours. Jump right on her belly. It's squish her.
Hypnosis. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. They become space aliens. They, raise fun acts in the shows.
Yeah. Were you ever tempted to use the hypnosis for like evil purposes? Not on women. I mean, guys, whatever. Just like tricking people, getting like a clone army going.
And you know what's really weird about that is people ask you too, have you ever used your lock picking skills?
Yeah, true.
Haven't you ever been tempted to break in? No. I mean, you could take a brick and throw it through the window tomorrow if you really want to break in. It doesn't change you at all. You still are who you are.
Yeah. Well, every locksmith knows how to kind of pick locks.
Well, sure. But they're like, well, no, I don't want to break in anywhere. You don't need to pick locks to break in somewhere if you want to break in, but we don't want to break in anywhere. You really don't change it. And hopefully the people that do take advantage of their skills, like pickpocketing. I'll admit, as a kid, we used to go down the street and take people's wallets and practice and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to steal from anybody. I got to get their money back. But we wanted to practice on strangers, and we did. I'm like, I can't do this.
How do you pickpocket? What's the?
Well, you don't have a. If you ever watch do you have a buckle straw with a strap on it over there? I can't see what you. Nobody got. So, like, give me your hand. And so somebody got a watch right here. You grab here and you would literally pull back
Oh, you pop the
the
strap.
shank and you squeeze it. And when you pull it away, they don't feel it. So you look for that style watch as a first choice.
Yeah.
And it was in my comedy club act. I'd bring the person up and then I would wave it in front of their face. It's okay. I'm going to hypnotize you. You're getting sleepy. And then we'll try a post-hypnotic suggestion. The watch is looking familiar to you. And they're like, oh, that's my watch. So it was an inherently funny comedy act. And then I would have them tie my hands behind my back. And it's an old routine. Harry Keller, I think the magician, invented where you pull your hand out and back in over and over comedy. So I'm flashing the guy's wallet behind his back and show it and flashing this and flashing that. So take it and then return their keys or something at the end as a finale. We had an occasion in a comedy club once, which caused a real issue, is I added a new bit. So I walked into the audience and I grabbed the proper watch and started picking, actually, let me go with you. Would you mind helping me? And took a different guy, but I had this guy's watch. So the finale, the new change in this act was at the end, after returning this guy's stuff, everybody laughs. I point to the guy in the audience, hey, don't laugh, I got yours too. And you get an extra round of applause, right? I forgot I'd taken it. It was a brand new act. It was in my pocket. And I left the place with this guy's nice watch. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got it. So I actually had to call the manager of the comedy club and he put out an announcement, and somehow he got a call from the right guy. The guy, I was at that show and my watch disappeared. And I was like, yo, you got your watch. What? And we gave him his watch back.
That's
so
nice.
Everybody thought it was funny and quite amusing. I don't think they knew if it was part of the act or not, though.
It is nice to know if you ever need to, you could be a master thief. Obviously, you wouldn't do that, but
It's very true. Absolutely true. There's nothing, and there really is nothing, no lock that can't be opened, or there's no item you can't escape from.
Handcuffs. I know you can escape. You said, you set the record for escaping from handcuffs?
Yes, sir. I wasn't going to mention it, but I have a world record. Well, that's boastful. So less than 2 seconds.
Came front page news as Steve broke a world record with the escape.
We're ready. I've got the stopwatch. Okay, go, Jim. Yeah, out. Whoa, yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me see these. All right. Very good. Look at the stopwatch, Steve. 1.47 seconds, and that is less than 2 seconds is a record. Congrats.
And I only sent you one picture of, I just want to share that. I when I was stepping away from escapes, getting older, just a few years back, I started doing something unusual for law enforcement groups. I actually got a phone call from a former chief of police, and he was in Oklahoma, and he calls me and he says, Steve, we've got a problem. People are getting out of the handcuffs. They're getting out of their jails, and they're escaping these things, and they're turning this stuff on the cops. They're leaving them for dead or killing them. One, we need your help. And they had a budget, so they would pay me to come in and teach them. I said, well, I'll teach you how to get out of things, not just to show you how easy it is to do this stuff. Once you know, is I will show you how to escape from padlocks, handcuffs, and things with items around you. And then I'll do it after a search, and then I'll do it without touching anything, which is a matter. Well, so we went with 2 things on the cop car, and I've got some photos I can send you. A piece of wire from the windshield wiper. Sometimes I put a person up by the windshield wiper, and you take this flat piece of metal, you can shim the cuffs open right through the notches. You're not really picking the locks.
Wait, so how do you get the piece of metal again? Where is it at?
Off of a windshield wiper. So you'll see some photos. I'll send you this later today of me holding a windshield wiper out in front of a police station, and then and actually with it in front of the cops, showing them how to use that, and then a piece of metal that I found in the back seat of a spring of a car, if you could dig in to get it. But and then another one was picking padlocks with the stem from reading glasses or glasses, which is actually 2 pieces. You get a shim, you get a, and then there's something completely different, which is going through the shank of a padlock. So anyway, I'm doing this stuff, and we go from local police to, I was connected, put up with an organization that was with the criminal justice system, and it was called the MacGyver 101, and it was a 3-day weekend. They had a guy that was a narcotics, Federal Bureau of Narcotics there, another guy in weapons. I was the only one that was a officer. So I don't know if you can actually Google on YouTube. Somebody put it on there once, the handcuff escape and
Saw
a
that.
prison escape. I don't know
How
if
did you
saw-
escape from the prison?
There's several ways. So I gave him one of the methods that with certain cells you can use that people would take shampoo bottle, toilet paper, remember it stings around you, and block the bolt hole. And when you slam some of those cells, it seems like it's shut. That's not I don't give away my best secrets, believe it or not. I really don't. So this is the one I gave them.
Yeah.
And I cops said, we had that happen. We actually had a guy get out of the cell that way. You know, this stuff's really going on.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not afraid to share it.
Yeah.
I think the best, but we were shut down, and I will tell you this too. So we're doing these federal things. I know we got to go quick probably, but
You're good.
I actually
Oh, we're good.
told them I had a second hobby, and it was sneaking into places, testing security at places. So I was trying to make
I
this
always
part of my
wanted to do
business.
that. I always wanted to go to stores to like show them how much I could steal from them, and then go here's how I did
So
it.
if you really want to see this stuff, I'll send it to you. I was making this part of my business. We had some customers that I would show them how I could get through their security and
sick.
get past the bomb squads. And some of these things were so easy.
You get onto a plane, you think? Through the TSA?
That's what I was leading up through.
No, really?
Big time story. This is the story. So I've got the photographs to show. I told them, in my observation, the TSA at the airport is the absolute weakest security in the world. And I can get, and I got an arsenal of stuff through it. And I will show you, I kid you not. Started with things like metal signs from, about this large, surfboard, and finally a big metal sword, which I've got a picture of my wife's angry looking at me, and it's not a fake picture. She didn't know I did it, and I put it under my jacket. And so what was going on? There's a here's, gosh, I'm going to share this right now because I'm not supposed to share this. This is what ended my career with the law enforcement. I love this story, and I'm sharing it publicly for the first time. And it could get me in some serious trouble. I kid you not.
Yeah.
So here's what was going on. I said, I said, okay, first is I called it the magic trick. We'd go to the airport. I've got all this on video pictures. And you've got all these TSA standing around, right? An abundance of them watching. I want to get that number down. When I say the magic words abracadabra, a big group of them, they all leaving a skeleton crew for me to work with. And it works every time. Abracadabra. And how? This is what they were asking me at the they said, how do you do? Is it hypnosis? No. So I would hide a bottle of water in a backpack or drop it in somebody's purse while in line.
Yeah.
In one of my demonstrations, I used my nephew, because he was in on it, but you can stick it in anybody. They get flagged. These extra bodies are here just for that reason. You got a bottle of water, they're going to take you off. And they're going to, so you can get these people out of there, right? Now they're over there, no harm, no foul. The lady or person gets to leave. It's just a bottle of water, right? But you get rid of them. Now, the next step was this. There's this tray, this table where you roll all your stuff around and you put your stuff in, right? And underneath, there's nothing there. It runs right up to, I guess, what's designed to be a portable x-ray machine. It's got wheels on it. There's a gap underneath this thing, right? So this is blocking the view. You got the people on the computer looking straight down. You got this guy over here telling you got to take your shoes off. You got the guy over here making sure nobody needs help. And you got people crawling all over the floor, putting shoes on the other side. So I would drop the item in the floor and kick it underneath the machine, right? And I'm snapping photos, which is illegal, I found out. I snap, and I've got a ton of these from like 20 airports. Kick it. And we were showing them on the screen, showing how I got this, that, and trying to get something done. So the MacGyver 101 team, the people I work for, they wrote a letter to the White House. I guess the criminal justice system did. And we got a nice letter. And I got a big certificate. Wonderful, all your stuff you've done. This is going to cause some changes. We want to fly you to Washington a certain month for this round table thing they do once a year.
What?
And my stuff would go right to the government. Suddenly, my sister, who lives in Hawaii at the time, gets a call. I don't know why the guy couldn't find me. And because I didn't answer my phone, and says, we need to find your brother right this minute. Where's your brother? She said, what's going on? She said, well, they're coming to arrest him and go to jail. She's like, what? She said, if you know how to get a hold of him, you must find him right now. So I'm saying, what's the matter with you guys talking about? You told me to call this number if I ever got arrested going through the airport. And you would tell, they said, well, that's the thing. You know, we normally, they work with this. We tell them you're testing it. Or we would, talk to the judge and you're working for us, you're helping. Yeah. And he said, no, he said, the TSA are pissed. He said, these guys, they say they're going to make an example out of you. What? That you're guilty of several felonies. Not only did you not work you're not a lot in law enforcement. Yeah. That you took pictures, you manipulated officers and bragged about it out of the area and endangered lives by showing people how to do this.
Who'd you show though?
I put it all over social media.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone. And I told him I was going to do it. I said, let me tell you something. I'm not going to be part of a cover-up. Yeah. I said, if we show the public what's going on, they'll change it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I am not so egotistical to believe that I am the only one on earth who's going to see that and can do it.
That's pretty smart, though, to kick it under.
They made some major changes. So if you look at my photographs of airports, or you have a good memory, go to the airports now. And they're all a little different. You can tell they're experimenting. They've changed some things. They've got a wall they're putting now
under the thing
that runs further back, so you can't control something right up to the to kick it under. They've got a machine now to bring the carts back around that they've made. They're finding ways to complicate this thing, and I'm very thankful that happened.
Why did they arrest you? How'd you get out of that?
So they were coming. They were looking for me, and my guy, he says, "I need you to hide." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I'm dead serious." He said, "Because if you get arrested, we may not know where you are."
Yeah, it's like federal stuff too.
Yeah, he said, it's a TSA. He said, these guys are not joking here. He said, they are mad.
They're never joking. They're always fucking grumpy.
He said, we're going to fight with them. So he came back. He said, it's been resolved. There's 3 conditions. One is we can no longer hire you. You lost the gig. No more teaching the officers. We got to end this. No more airports. No nothing. Number 2, you got to delete all your social media posts, which I did not do. I still see some pop up in memories, but somebody deleted some of them. And they said, and number 3, they want to meet you in person. I'm like, why do they want to meet me in person? He goes, I don't know. They just want to see. No. I said, I'm going to do everything but that. Yeah. Because that sounds like a trap.
Yeah, really.
Turn yourself. I'm not, idiot. But anyway, so no, I never. They said, oh, and that part of the condition. Not only can you not tell anybody what you did, you can't tell them why you can't do it anymore. This thing just has to go away now. Yeah, just disappear. So that's why this is the first time I've shared it. And I'm a little upset.
That's kind of annoying, man. How big was the sword you got through?
How big what?
How big was the sword that you got through?
Oh, my gosh. I should have sent you that picture. It was from the floor to here.
What'd you do with it once you got through the security?
Well, I carried it around, but it looked like this. I took it on the plane.
Did you get weird looks with the sword?
Well, the photo that I'll send you, we're at the gate where my sister is flying one place, right, from one plane, and my wife's there. My wife said, you can never do this stuff when you're with me, which I didn't typically. On this, and so I had 2 versions, right? Some of this stuff I just carried on me and tossed it down. But I usually use the jacket, okay? And I would use the jacket to kind of drop it to get whatever it was underneath.
I got you.
And then when I'm down tying my shoes, I would retain. Sometimes something got stuck under there. It wasn't the sword, but I would just crawl over there and get it. Because everybody's in the floor putting on shoes. This is the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life, and one of the officers even saw me once, and I said, I dropped my wallet. And it was just, underneath. I got
sword.
But the sword. So we're done through. We got it through to the gates, and that's from there on. It's really no big deal. But I'm saying goodbye to my sister, and I'm holding the sword and the photograph behind my back, and you see my wife going, and I had somebody take the picture, right, of us leaving, saying goodbye. The group, we're hugging and she's just going like, so she's still mad.
She knows you got that thing on you.
She's very upset about that. So that's a real photo. I'll show you. I wanted to put it back on social media even after. It was so funny. That's when some of this was going down. And he said,
how long ago was this?
7 years before I moved here.
I don't know why in my head I feel like if a crime happened 7 years ago, you're good. So
and that was one of the reasons I left where I'm from, Oklahoma, was that to move to California. That was a reason. the fact is, I had studied acting in college and always wanted to be an actor.
I thought you were a great actor. You did great.
Thank you. I think I love doing it. It's really something I've worked on it since a kid, and I want to do it as a career. And it was one of those things where I was going to come out here right after college, but I couldn't. I got trapped in my career. Once you start booking annual stuff, now they're going to book ahead. You're booked that month this year, so they book you the next year. And next thing you know, 30, 40 years has gone by, and you're just, and so it really took COVID as well to shut everything down. And I said, I'm never looking back, to go into acting full time.
Did you get any long-term injuries from doing like stunts and stuff?
Covered with them.
Are you really?
Absolutely. Yeah, covered with them. I did an air show stunt, did an escape, and I had a bad landing.
How high up?
More than 10,000 feet. But it's not, it was an escape from a box, which was a thing where the audience thinks that they're going to. I was actually booked by a man named Etzel Ford. He has an air show team, and he came to me. He said, "I know you do stunts." He said, "Can you do something for air shows?" He said, "We need a new act or something to go with us." And he said, "In air shows, in most shows, you want people to think you're going to die in a stunt show, but in an air show, you want them to know you're going to die." And I said, I had the idea. What if the audience thinks they're going to die? He said, "Even better." So in this effect, I dropped from the plane in the box, and the audience is told it's falling out of control. So they take it up in the plane, and the audience can see the chute open, and they go, "Steve was open to shoot. He's carrying the box back over the drop zone." So now I'm holding this box, it looks like, till I get over in the area.
Wait, so are you
release it?
You're in the air?
I'm with a chute.
Oh, you're holding this box.
I'm holding the
over.
box, which is what it looks like, and then I release it and pull these toggles and land. Well, the truth is you can't hold a box when a chute opens in the air. So I'm wearing this harness we had made down in DeLand, Florida by a company, real nice. They make tailor-made stuff for stunts and air shows and things. And a strap attached me to the box. So I have this strap, and as I get lower, I release the box and would open my chute. So the problem is, anytime you get two lines, FAA approved stunt is safe. I was angry at them. I said, "You guys weren't honest with me." Anytime you put two lines in the air, you run a risk of danger. You get of line entanglement, which is exactly what happened. The chute came out, wrapped around the strap to the box. So I've got a chute there. Not the end of the world. You got two chutes. Cut away your left one, pull in your right one, right? So now I've got this chute open with the strap in the box, which is what it's supposed to look like, but there's an additional piece there that shouldn't be there, the first chute.
Right.
So it's causing you to go like this. As I go down, you can't look down when you're lowering. Skydiving is a weird thing. You can't tell how low you are by looking down. You have to look at the horizon. So about 50 feet from the ground, looking out that way, you can tell where that is. You slow your descent normally, right? So in my act, is I cut away and then slow my descent, right? So the horizon is just doing this. I couldn't tell, and I couldn't cut it away because I didn't know who I'm going to kill, right? This whole thing could land anywhere. So I'm trying to focus to see where I am, and that's the last thing I remember. I had a concussion. I've got the short socks, the nerd socks. You can see the scar right there on my.
Why are short socks nerd socks?
I saw you in one of your acts. Some of the audience brought that up, and you showed them your socks, and
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? It's on YouTube right now.
Socks.
It's on right now. You're having to yell things out of the audience.
Oh yeah.
And one of the guys says something about this short socks.
Oh, it was they were saying black ankle socks. They were saying
So here's you can see the scar right there, right?
Damn.
Yeah, I got one on both sides. But I broke my hip. I broke that ankle too, but this one got crushed and most of the internal parts came out. It took forever to heal from that one. Broke the jaw. I've got scars on my arm still from it. And so this was a long time ago. So it took forever to get well. But I had a chute opener, I'd be dead. It was just what you'd say a hard landing.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it amazes me. People in the old Army, those guys never did have opportunities. They always came down hard. I don't know how they did it.
That's crazy.
Commendable that they would ever put up with that. But yeah. So yeah, I had spikes through my body one time. There was a guy who'd hired me before. It was a thing where I used to get chained in a chair, and we'd had a martial artist with a screen with spikes, and he would come running down. I'm gagged, and he would kick through this thing after a 10-second countdown, and I would roll under him basically. Come out. And so this guy hires me, and he says, "Can you do this act? I'm going to have people bring stuff to the show." I'm like, I'm exhausted. And he's got a pole in the stage, like a flagpole. He goes, we're going to wrap you around this pole instead. I'm like, okay. And I said, we'll do a pair of handcuffs. Give me 10 seconds to get out. And then he has people bring stuff to the show and brings it up on the stage. I'm like, what in the world is he doing? He's an EMC. He had hired me 10 years before.
Was it EMC?
What's that?
You said EMC?
He was the MC of the show.
MC of the show. I got you.
And the promoter. He had hired several acts. So he brought me back for this finale, and people were chaining me up. And I'm like, okay. I said, I need a full minute to escape from this. He gags my mouth, and they get the screen ready, and he says, how many of y'all think Steve can get out of this in the 10 seconds he originally promised? I'm like,
Whoa.
Punchline's got to be coming, right? Got to be a punchline. And everybody applauds, and he said, put it in place. And he stands up, and he says, 10. Now I'm like, are you kidding me? What? And I'm like, sure, I didn't have a chance, right? So I just turned my back to the spikes and this thing, and I've still got here.
What the fuck, man?
Crush. And the sad thing, and I wish my brain had been in the right place to not move an inch, that the audience broke out into applause because they thought I disappeared. And instead, I start moaning and moving, and I'm stabbed, But I wish I had not done that now. I didn't realize.
Well, if you didn't move, you would have been fine.
They thought I was gone. The curtain would have shut, into the show, and everybody thought I disappeared. And then this thing starts moving. They're like, uh-oh. So anyway, I'm like, dude, why did you do that? He goes, I thought you were kidding. And he said, man, I've seen you a million times. He goes, I thought you could just, it's like, and you're out. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to have to confirm that.
Thanks a lot.
How big are the spikes?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
One of them, went right by my spinal cord,
Oh, dude.
I'd been paralyzed.
What?
Do we have time to do another magic trick, or we don't?
I think we have time. Well, the one thing I wanted to ask you about, we have a half an hour. We're good. This episode of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast is brought to you by Dude Wipes. Riff prompts. When you wipe, are you sitting or standing? I started out sitting today, and then I actually, I'm not lying. I got saved by Dude Wipes today. I was in the bathroom taking a dump at Shane's house, and I had, when it like clings to the side of your butt, kind of. I had a large deposit cling to my butt, and it like literally, if you ever get it on your hand at all when you wipe, I don't want to gross you guys out. Accidentally, have you ever got it on your hand? I did it. It literally happened to me today. Like I got it just a tiny bit on my hand. I was like, "Fuck."
Well, that's the joy of the Dude Wipe, an XL wipe for an XL man.
No, it came in handy. I would have had it gone home. It was such a disaster that thank God I did that. Guys, whichever way you wipe, it's time to show your beehole some respect and upgrade to Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes tackle the mess without any fuss, and the flushable design makes cleanup a breeze. They leave no room for dingleberries or stray butt crumbs that TP might miss. Plus, they're extra large and designed for adults. So no more endless rolls or settling for less than perfect wipes. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. Available on Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. The one thing I wanted to ask you about, we'll definitely do some more magic. Used to be able to hold your breath for 4 minutes.
Yep.
And now you said you can't hold your breath that long anymore?
No. And nor do I know what happened. I've had, a lot of things started to change. I used to be in, very good physical shape. You might remember seeing some of the older photos.
Ripped. I saw the picture.
For an audience, and I was starting to develop some intestinal issues, Crohn's disease, which I kind of hid and continued. Some things were going on. But, I started as a kid, holding my breath, and I was on the swim team. And they always hated it. I was horrible swimming on top of the water, so I would always dive in and go all the way to the other side. Dude. And as we come back, emerge, to finish it up. So I get in, and they're like,
"What stroke were you doing? What stroke were you doing?"
Oh, that was just a regular bicycle,
Oh, dude.
But they
you would just be submerged the whole time.
Oh, the first run, all the way to the end. And when I come back, I'd come up to give them a little bit of fairness. But I was fast under that water. There was no rule of how long you stayed under, right? So if there's no really rule in the books, how long you stay. But I practiced all the time. And so, I was comfortable sitting on the bottom of a pool, shimming locks, picking locks, manipulating them open that people would bring. And honestly, you get 8 or 10 locks. You don't have to open all of them. People didn't realize that necessarily. But, you open the key locks. But I was comfortable. And then I would spread this, pace it out. I wanted to give the audience a good show. Somebody asked me when I was coming out of one of my water effects, which I could do the lake and the box and things, all these. you come out, you're exhausted, you're coughing up water. Are you really suffering, or is it all an act? No, I'm really suffering, but it's all self-inflicted. I would stay down there.
You would stay as long as
you
can.
Stay underwater as long as you can until you absolutely can't stay under the minute and come up. You're going to be really breathing hard.
Did you ever pass out underwater?
Actually, I did one time.
I did once too. It was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
How'd you get? Did you get pulled out?
I don't know what happened. We were at Ponkin Theater in Ponk City, Oklahoma, which was supposed to be a haunted theater. And we had some weird stuff happen with the water tank, an older water tank. When they were trying to pull me up a double pulley system where I go up easy, started fighting them. They're pulling this thing. They're we don't know what's going on, right? And we got this on video. They kind of get me up, and it's this big A-frame. I'm hanging upside down. There's a roller thing. I mean, you got your feet in these stalks, right? And then you got this thing that runs up to the top of this. Where they pulled you up and they roll you across. They're having so much trouble. And I think, man, this thing's going to break. Something's wrong here. So the minute we got up there, I said, get me over the tank quick, because they're holding your hands. And I mean, the second I was there, it broke. The weird thing on that night, the break had nothing to do with the pulley system. It was a piece of steel that they would use for mountain climbing, right? They held the stalks in one spot. That thing just broke. It shouldn't have broken. And another place had nothing to do with the tension. So there's 2 issues, really 3, because the water was boiling after we put a little bucket heater in hours before, because it was ice cold water. Should have taken a day to heat it, but the water was like boiling hot when I almost went in it, and I'm glad I tested it. So this was like a haunted theater, and everybody's telling me all this haunted stuff's going on. I'm like, I just hadn't believe it. And then all of a sudden, everything starts going downhill for my act. So when I hit this thing, I didn't get any air, because I wasn't prepared, right?
Yeah.
It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th one, hold it, go in, and I'm good for a while, right? In this case, I was probably on the exhale, and I went down. So when the stalks came down, they couldn't get the lid on because it fell so fast. You got to hit it just right.
Yeah.
And the guys are fighting with it. And I've got a guy sitting right over here who's a spotter who does nothing but watch me. And if he sees me make a signal something's wrong, cut it.
Yeah.
I'm like, cut it. I'm looking, where is he? He's not there. First rule in Daredevil stunts is don't change anything. Don't improvise nothing. This guy left his post to run help these guys get the lid on, right? So I'm trying to get my part to get out of this thing, and I blacked out. The next thing I know, I'm in the floor. So I had fallen, but I don't know what happened. I literally don't remember.
Jesus Christ.
Very peculiar experience for sure.
That's
very,
crazy.
very terrifying for sure.
Yeah, I was just swimming with my friends, and we were like drinking, and I think I was using my kids' goggles, so they were super tight, and they were just like, I think cutting off like blood in my brain. And I tried to go back and forth in the pool, and I was coming back, and I remember coming out of the water just lungs full of breath. I somehow just propelled myself out, like kind of blacked out, and then I fell forward again, just hit my chin on the edge of the pool.
Water is so dangerous, and even for an escape artist, and I don't like to tell all my secrets, but I would do everything I can, I could do to make these things safe. Like chained up, thrown in a pool, is that I would have a signal, to something's wrong, and we would tell the audience, well, they'll have to jump in and pull these heavy weights all the way to the shallow end to get me out. Well, the fact is we had a rope with a hook on it. But then I'm like suffering later, and I'm asking my guys, because could you see me? And I really couldn't see that well. The water was too chlorinated. I just couldn't see it. Or we're in a lake. I almost died in a lake. I showed you a picture of this, I think, yesterday, coming out of the lake. That was totally unexpected. Wooden box was in a lake, and I did what I had to do to open it, but the wood had sealed. And I mean, it was a tough sucker to get out of there. Once I got out, I'm exhausted, and I'm trying to work my way up. Lo and behold, we've got quicksand or something underneath the water. When I get to shallow enough to walk, it takes me down, and I'm like pulling. It's hard to get my head on, wet shoes. I mean, they're gone.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm fighting to get my feet out of this, and my guys are coming out. So the photo I've got on my phone, if you see, but they're coming out to try to help me, and then they're sinking.
Oh, fuck.
I've got 5 guys, 10 guys are rescue guys, and they can't even get to me, and I'm just like, and I'm so tired. So water.
Yeah, water's dangerous.
It didn't scare me, but water didn't scare me like some things, like height scare me.
Yeah.
But it's very dangerous. Yeah,
it is peaceful though underwater. I have
very
little
peaceful.
kids, and we'll go in the pool, and every now and again I'll just disappear from my whole family underwater for a good minute. And it's just the
absolutely
best. Just the fucking best. Just to go underwater. I can't hear anything for
And
good
that was
40
my life.
seconds.
So, circling back to a question you asked, I would sit there underwater and comfortably do my thing and enjoyed the peace and quiet until it was time to come up. But then one day it changed. I just lost that ability.
It's crazy.
So I went to a doctor and I said, we got a serious problem. I got bookings. I said, listen, I can hold my breath a lot longer than this. I can't hold my breath. I don't know why, as much as I practice. And so they even did a heart test, massaged my heart. They said, this sounds like it's a heart thing. And no, your heart's fine. And they finally said, listen, whatever weirdness it was that you were gifted with, to hold your breath for 4 minutes is just gone.
Whoa.
Your body's changing.
Just time for acting.
It's time to go to become an actor. Like, I got to survive the last. So the thing that changed was I went from a comfortable performance, because it's a show, even if there's danger, even if it's tough, it's still a show, a comfortable performance to put on a good show of fighting against death, struggling, to a real fight against death, where I'm going as fast as I can and suffering every minute.
Did you still keep doing them even after?
No, I didn't book any more after that. I had to, but I finished my contract. I had bookings. I had a religion about it that once the deal is made, you don't pull out. If once you sign, you're going to be there. And I don't recommend this for everybody, but it's the truth. I did a show with a broken leg once. Not that break, another one for a roller coaster. I had to go do a second show.
So how'd you break your leg on a roller coaster?
Well, that was a thing where I'm strapped to the roller coaster. I think I showed you those pictures. The straight jacket, we put a screen up, and the roller coasters come in. I have to dive out before it comes through. And I did this a long time ago. Yeah. Way back. Spring Lake Amusement Park in Oklahoma City was the first one I did, and that was in college, way back. Some other guys have done it since then, but it was my original act. And there was a way I knew that the roller coaster was so close, right? So you don't want to jump out too early or it looks boring. So you got to wait till it gets there and then jump.
It caught your leg?
What?
The roller coaster caught your leg, you're saying?
No. I thought it was closer than it was. So it's like with flying that, you don't trust your eyes. You got to trust the instrument. So I had a way of knowing where it was that I didn't trust it. It sounded like it was there. I'm like, I don't have time to jump up and land on this platform. So I just went straight down under the tracks and dropped 15 feet.
Oh, Jesus,
broke
man.
the ankles again. My poor body. You talk about, I had a total hip replacement last November.
Yeah.
It got so bad I couldn't walk that year, the pain. And I'm like, no, I'm too young for a hip replacement, doctor. But that's the best surgery you can get, boy. I tell you what, I'm
really?
I can't tell. I've ever had a problem. I'm not as limber as I was, but I will say that, because you're not allowed to stretch after 6 months or something. But we live with it, and I think it was all worth it.
Nice. And the one thing I wanted to ask you about was I found this kind of fascinating. You were on, what was the TV show you were on, the cooking show, America's Worst Chef or something?
That was very recent.
Yeah.
Last year, or was it the year before? I lose track of time. I'm doing my acting thing, and there's a strike going on, and I was on a series, an Eli Roth Scary series, which was still on Max, playing an exorcist, and we were going to have additional shows, and we got shut down for the strike. And I'm like, oh man, this sucks. And so I asked the union, well, what can we do? They said, well, you can do reality shows. So I am the world's worst cook. I'm really horrible. When I was single, I would throw everything in a bowl, turn on the stove high as it would go, stir it up. Didn't care what it tastes like. Throw on all the things that you need to eat if you're for groups and eat them. Yeah. And but I was on the road eating out. Yeah. My whole life. And then I marry a girl that was a great cook, and she doesn't allow me in the kitchen at all. Period. I made a mess when she leaves to see grandkids or something. Yeah. I've rent the microwave. I've done it. But anyhow, so I auditioned and got on World's Worst Cooks. I think it's pronounced that way.
Yeah.
It is Worst Cooks in America.
World's Worst Cooks.
Season 27. And
it's great. Yeah, 27
beautiful
seasons,
lady,
man. That's crazy.
Chef Ann Burrell, I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
She died here just 2 weeks ago.
That's nuts, man.
And it's just so sad. She was a great lady. Yeah. We had a lot of fun on the show. Of course, she's yelling at you, and we're hamming it up. The bad cooking was all real. People think I made that stuff up. We hammed up the performance a little, but
sure.
it was all real. But we're really shocked, and I had a great time though, and some great memories. And sadly, she was going to take a break from the show, but she told me she wanted me to come back, and so did the producers. they occasionally do reunion shows.
Sure, yeah.
The worst of the worst. And he's going to have me back because we had such a good time. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to go back. I thought, is this really the image I want with my acting?
Yeah.
But now that we lost her, I'm like, you know what? If I'd known, I'd definitely gone back quicker.
Yeah,
Very nice lady.
Yeah, it's a shame she died. I didn't realize that show had so many seasons. That's crazy.
Nor did I. I've heard it once or twice before that. You know, yeah, I didn't really watch it.
Yeah, because like Triple D's got to be at what, like 30 seasons? Like Diners, Drive-Ins has to be at least like 30-something seasons.
Yeah, it's got to be. I haven't seen that in years. Is it still on?
I think so. I think it's actually like shot in like fucking 8K now. I think they really stepped up the production on D3.
Interesting.
But yeah, let's set some tricks, man. Let's close this thing out strong.
All right, you're on.
Here he is.
Sorry to make you wait so long.
Oh, that's okay. Happy to help.
What made me think of this when you're talking about the spikes and cutting and a little bit of rope magic today? Okay, but you're going to be my assistant.
Oh, nice.
Speaking of, I don't know if you can get this. We just stabbed my neighbor over here with maybe you've heard of the famous trick where the rope floats up into the air. Someone climbs the rope. That'll be you.
Okay.
Disappears, and then the rope falls. Have you heard of this?
No.
The East Indian rope trick, very famous. Well, that's okay because I don't know that one, but that would have been a good trick. All right. Now, I really do know some weird things with rope, though. For example, have you ever wondered what happens when you take the ends off the rope? You can actually get a looper of rope when you do that. But to do the trick I want to do today, I'm going to need 2 ropes. They have to be exactly the same. Now, this is where you come into the trick. So would you hand me the center of the rope? Just got to give me the middle.
Right here.
All right. Mr. Microphone, would you agree that if we cut it here, that would give us 2 the same length? All right. That's the spot selected. Very careful. Take the scissors. Don't cut the fingers. Just cut the rope. Grab the scissors.
I'm going to give you a nice injury.
Right there. Don't cut the mic cord either. Right? All right. But we're a little off on the length. That's okay. I'm going to have you even these out. Let me line them up straight and ask you to cut this off right here. That should do it right there.
Where you want?
Right there. I think that should make them exactly the same length. All right. Now we have 2 ropes. Okay, we need 2 ropes exactly the same length. Would you mind cutting that right there? Just give it a good cut. There we go.
Right there?
That's the way to do it. Now we have 2 ropes exactly the... Have you ever had something called deja vu?
Yeah.
Have you ever had something called deja vu? Yeah. Have you ever had... Yeah, I knew that. You heard that one coming, I bet. Here we go. Just say abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
All right, we're just going to start all over. Here we go. Now, to do the trick I really want to do today, we're going to need 2 ropes that have to be the same length. That's where you come into the trick. Grab the middle of the rope and just lift it up, hand it to me. Now, would you agree if we cut the rope here, we'd have 2 the same length? Like pretty fair. Would you grab the scissors again, cut it just like you did before? Here we go. And darn, we're a little off on the length. Would you mind cutting it? You know what? Rather than go through all of that again, I think if we just do the trick, we can actually correct the length. So let me give you a good view. You look like a good knot, right? Hold on to the end of the rope real tight. Don't let go. Watch the knot. You can let go now. A lot of people think it's a trick knot. That is why I always like to untie it. Come here. So everybody can see that it is indeed a real knot.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Matt, would you like to put 2 ropes back together yourself?
Yeah.
I know you can do it. Big fan of yours. You know, I got a carpet named after you outside my door at home too. All right, I'll get the signature for you. Always been a big fan, by the way. Thank you for having me. All right, we're going to tie the ends of that one. We'll give it a cut. And I want you to pick a rope. Do you want to use the one I just tied and cut or the rope I'm going to cut right now?
I'll take the one you're going to cut right now.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Let me get that a cut. I always give you a chance to change your mind. Would you like to change your mind or keep the mind that you have?
Okay, I'll keep the one that
You're going to keep his mind. All right, here we go. So we're going to tie these together for you, just like that. All right. Hold it on the end. All right. So you won't be able to do the magic wave because you got a mic. So instead say the magic words.
Abracadabra.
Alakazam.
Alakazam.
Say, oh, what a great magician I am.
What a great magician.
Now, you don't have a hand, so take it in your teeth. Pull the knot off like a real escape artist. Ah, you did it.
There you go. There we go.
Good job, man.
Oh, it's done.
You can keep that as a souvenir.
I will.
It might be worth pennies someday, right?
Yeah, how'd you even do that? That's crazy.
You did it. You did it.
True. Magic's in me.
We can do another trick if you want. I'll show you how one is done.
No, I would never reveal.
Do you want me to show you how a trick is done today?
If you want.
Can
I thought
I
magicians
stand
get
up
killed
over
for
here?
that.
This is a special show. It's The Secret.
True.
Podcast.
Yeah, show me the secret.
You
Show
gotta
me the
see-
secret
All
trick.
right. Can we take a little break and we'll
Yeah,
do
take a
over
break.
here?
Take a break.
All
We'll
right,
end it up.
we'll be right back with The Secret for The Secret Broadcast Show. Okay. All right.
All right, we're cutting back in. Let me know. All right, we're back. The interview portion. I think the interview portion is concluded, but now we're doing tricks.
All right. No,
It's a good interview. That was a great interview.
I had fun.
Thank you.
I had fun. I was talking to the microphone, but we're going to give it off in a minute. But first, a little more magic we promised. We're going to be doing some miracles right now, many as they were done thousands of years ago. Maybe you heard of this one. It's called walking on water. Thank you. No, I was about to tell you, you just got promoted. We do hold both of these things now. Okay,
He's
thank you
back.
so much.
Oh, he's lovely assistant and Mr. Microphone.
Beautiful. Okay. This is definitely one of the things we're not going to have a relationship with our assistant, by the way. In case
I don't know, man. If you put me around all those carnies, it could get kind of weird out there.
All right. So what are we going to do? Well, this is a secret podcast. I'm going to reveal a secret today.
Oh, here we go.
Show you a magic trick. Show you how it's done. For this trick, you need a handkerchief, a scarf, and a left hand. You put the handkerchief or scarf all the way in the hand like this.
Okay.
You make something called a magic pass. We know what a pass is, right? Mm-hmm. I'll go up to Mr. Microphone and go, hi. Not doing that kind of pass. We've already established that. A magic pass. You do this. Now we have an egg, and the scarf or handkerchief has jumped into my pocket.
Yo.
As promised. All right. You ready to see the secret?
Let's see the secret.
Actually, I bought it by mistake. If you ladies need some out there, this is the secret. You put that. All right. Different secret. All right. Yes, the secret to the magic trick, and this is a trick egg. It's a plastic egg laid by a very sick bird, and there's a hole in the back of the egg. Kind of a letdown when you see how these work. And you need 2 handkerchiefs to do the trick. All right, here's what you do. You hide the egg in your hand, hold both hands the same, you come out in a natural way. So natural, whatever looks natural.
For sure.
Take the handkerchief, wave it around like this. Actually, that depends on the company that you're you don't want to drop it either.
True.
Anyway, sorry. You're getting paid, right? That's all that matters. Okay, here we go.
He's actually really wealthy.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could renegotiate this relationship after all. You didn't tell me that. Okay. So
He's in the top 3%, I would say, in the country.
wow. 3% of what?
Earners.
Really? Amazing.
Dick's
Congratulations.
apparently has a huge dick. I don't make it weird, but
This
he has
job
a huge
pays
dick.
a lot. Huh?
He's got a huge
Wow.
dick, too.
Oh, yes.
Money, big dick.
You got, I guess you're getting a lot of fans right now. Gosh, I didn't plug my Instagram. You guys follow me on Instagram.
Plug it.
Entertainer Steve Crawford. Entertainer. You type entertainer, I'll pop up.
There you
Why
go.
did I do that? Because I'm from Facebook country and I'm trying to get some new friends out here. So
Got you.
Nice to meet you guys. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, you hide the egg in your hand. You hold both hands the same. Come out in a natural way. Take the handkerchief and you start placing it in your hand. But we know it's going where?
In the egg.
In the egg. It actually goes all the way into the egg. There we go. You make the pass, you show them the egg, and you tell everyone that the scarf or handkerchief has jumped into your pocket. Now, there's a couple of quick rules.
But why do you show him the egg? Can't show the egg.
Well, you show them that it has turned into an egg. But just a few tips. He's got a point. First of all, don't show anybody the back side of the egg, right?
True,
That's
true,
important.
The Wild Wild West.
And make sure the handkerchief in your pocket's the same color as that one that's in the egg.
Right.
If this doesn't match that, you're not going to fool them. But what do you do if they see the back of the egg? I mean, where you guys are standing, you can see the red. Well, you don't tell them it's a handkerchief. You can tell them you cut your finger, you're painting it, chicken banged his head trying to get out. I may even be a magician, but as you probably got a feel for, I'm an honest guy. I try to be honest. So here's what I like to do. Make a real magic pass. Peel the hole off the egg like that. Crack the egg so everybody can see.
Hold on a second, brother. Yo, you tricked
That
us.
is a real egg.
You tricked us.
Oh,
Sorry.
gravity's
I got
strong
you,
over
I got
here.
you, I
Sorry.
got you.
And that's what I like to do. And that's a magic secret.
You tricked us, bro. You didn't give us the secrets. That's awesome. That's a good secret. That's
I'm a magician. What do you mean? I lie a lot, right? But it's a trick. All right.
That was pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Hell
for
yeah.
having me.
Thank you, Steve.
been fun.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Goodbye.
That was great.